Fuck yeah, Gen X. You know it. Welcome in, Twister Raiders. Gabby, 400 minutes. You must be bored. I would be bored if I were you. No, Emma, I'm not going to rickroll everybody. Absolutely not. $400 a week. Yikes. Oh, you're rickrolling me from the chat? Boo. That's a new one. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you for that. That was cute. I've never seen that one before. Some of the greatest musicians of all time passed through this band as some of the greatest modern musicians for sure. Oh, that's cute too. Look at that. That's cute. Yeah, Bootsy Collins, obviously. You had Bernie Worrell on the keys. Just genius shit. I do, Londo. Thank you. Sweets, thank you. Yeah, good. Sierra, hey guys. Welcome in, welcome in. Glad you guys are here. I'm not worried. I messaged Nemo. He'll be here when he's here, guys. No worries. He's fine. Hey, Millie, how are you? Hey, friend. Fun fact: when I got my Mini Moog, the very first sound that I dialed up was the bass, the synth bass sound used in this. It's easily one of the best fucking things ever. Of course, George Clinton as well. One of the greatest. Fucking A. Nemo's putting on his platform shoes? I hope so. I don't think he needs platform shoes, but I have a pair of platform shoes. And I'll show them to you guys one day. They're pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was I was busy slapping around John Stone. I had to abridge it. I had to condense it into a 5-minute tirade because I knew I didn't have much time. I was like, okay, all right, here we go. It was just speed run, and then right there in the last minute, Eric joins, and it's just like, wow, okay, this is amazing.
You could have taken your time. Would have been all right. I mean, it's fine. No worries. It's all good. But
oh man,
those are important. Those are important people to talk to.
Yeah. So their talking points are something. Do you know what Iran does to marginalized groups? So that's where they're at, I guess. Yeah.
And my answer to that is, sure. Why are we sending refugees back there?
Don't know.
Okay. All right, cool. So we're worried about that now. Why are we sending refugees back there? If that's a problem, that's what the Trump administration is doing, sending literal refugees back. So
they should have thought about that before they came here. They should have thought about where they were born before they were born. Okay, I thought about where I was born before I was born, and I did everything right. So they should do it too. Yeah, make America great.
If they pull themselves up by their bootstraps, they too could be Christian ninjas.
Yeah.
They too could be Christian ninjas. All right, let's see. All right. Guys, the call-in number is up and running. Our line is on. I have confirmed that the phone lines are on. So, if you're over on the tube is just getting rolling over there. Feel free to call in. Hello to all of our friends over on the tube. Glad you guys are here. Captain says, "Bro, that picture." Yeah, I mean I'm a big. I like that picture. I'm a big fan. Well, so we can see. Maybe we got some folks over here on the TikToks. Let's see what we got. Tristan, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Absolutely not. I was just going to say I'm a big fan, but listen, did you guys see from the Homeland Security that now ICE agents have to be deployed to Kuwait?
No, I didn't see that. What is it?
It was an article by Homeland Security. I just read it, and they said that the ICE agents have to be deployed to Kuwait.
I haven't seen that. We'll definitely take a look into that. I appreciate you letting us know. We'll check it out and take a look, my friend.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I appreciate you for letting me up. I'm a big fan of you. I'll be in the comments listening.
Thank you, Tristan. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your night. We'll check it out, okay, friend?
Yes, sir.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
You bet. You guys too.
Appreciate you, bud. Ground Score Pro. Hi, did you vote for Donald Trump? I'll invite you to unmute there.
Yes, sir. First time here. Yes, I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
34 and the Union of Pennsylvania.
Did you mean the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania?
Oh, yeah, the Commonwealth, the Keystone State. Yeah.
That's okay. No worries. I was just curious. So we've got some topics above. Would you like to discuss one of those or something else that Donald Trump is doing right now? It's up to you.
Just a prompt because you did make it. It's right there. MAGA isn't Christian. There's extreme things both sides, but I don't know. I'm a Christian. I think it's a Christian-based thing. I don't know. We could gloss over that if you want. ICE isn't a domestic T group. I think it's necessary in the United States. We're basically a gated community now, and whoever's here has got to go. Just how I think. No new
What?
war W's. I think we're doing very well over there. We sunk their whole navy. I love Battleship. I like War Thunder. They don't have any boats, and that's why the price of oil is high. But it will drop in a few days once they
A few
surrender.
days.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. Once the Strait of Hormuz is back open.
So, I encourage you to look at the statements from the entities in that region that use the Strait of Hormuz for oil production and export. Even if we were to say fuck it, pull out completely right now, just drop everything and get the fuck out, and everything worked, like just wave a magic wand, everything stops, it would still take weeks for things to return back to normal in the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, well, in a few weeks, the price a little bit high now. It's going to drop a little bit. I'm
So
cool
we
with it.
went from days to weeks.
Well, weeks isn't really too bad. People are acting like this is going to be the set price for years.
I mean, why not?
Because they're going to surrender in a few days.
Iran's gonna surrender?
Yeah.
That's awesome. How are they gonna
Me too. I'm
surrender?
excited. Are you going to, and here's the big question I have today. Are you going to be happy or
No. Hang on, bud. Hey, I'm so sorry. You would need to answer the question first before we get into the rhetoricals and all that kind of bullshit. Yeah, we can do rhetoricals later on. That's fine. Nemo asked you a question. How exactly is Iran surrendering?
Well, they have no navy.
So
Well, isn't that the strait? We did the biggest. I don't know how to say it on TikTok Live. We did a lot of stuff over there to destroy a lot of their intelligence.
Hey, Nemo, how wide is the strait from land to landside to landside? Correct me if I'm wrong. The Strait of Hormuz is about 20 miles total wide, and at the shipping lane, I think it's 2 or 3 miles wide, if memory serves.
yeah,
Right?
off the top of my head, I was thinking or like 10 kilometers.
Yeah.
So whatever that is in freedom units.
You do not need a navy to defend that.
Of course, and now they don't have one.
No, you don't need you wouldn't need a navy to defend an area that small. It's a choke point between two land masses. We're not talking about a couple 100 miles of open ocean, bud. It's a choke point of land.
They have no submarines.
Correction.
Everything's taken out.
It is 24 miles at the narrowest point, and averages about 60 miles.
Okay, so
Right.
me and Political are playing Battleship, one of my favorite games, right? And we're
It's
playing,
not Battleship, dude.
Bud, why?
and all of your boats are gone.
But I don't think you understand what I'm saying. We're not playing Battleship. This is not Hasbro. This is a strait. Do you know what is a strait? Can you explain to everybody here geographically what is a strait in terms of like a geographical feature? What is it?
The opposite of Nemo's sexuality.
Are you just
That doesn't even make sense.
that's so fucking stupid. Like, are you here to have like a real conversation, or are you just
You're asking me what a strait is?
Yeah,
It's
what is a
strait. It's
strait?
a water. We already did the math.
No,
It's a
what?
couple
No,
miles
what?
long.
What exactly? Okay, I'm asking because it's clear that you don't understand what we're talking about. That's why I'm trying to establish.
I know
Do
what the
you
Strait of
understand?
Hormuz is.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll explain since you don't seem to get it. It's a very, very, very small strip of water that passes between two pieces of land. It's a narrow strip of water. You do not need a navy to defend it. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, bud.
Oh, I'm just saying, in numbers and math, they had a navy. They
Why
don't.
do you keep talking about a navy? I've already explained
Because
to you you
why are
don't
they-
need a navy to defend the Strait of Hormuz because it's so small at its shortest point. You don't
Right.
need a navy. So,
Gotcha.
okay, great. So now we've moved on from the navy point. So stop
Okay.
talking about the navy. So Iran can defend the Strait of Hormuz and choke the traffic that's coming through there without their navy necessarily. Why do you keep talking about it?
Because we did it in a few hours. We took everything out. In a few days,
don't
we're gonna
understand
take more
why
things
you
out.
keep talking about this. What, oh, Jesus Christ, dude! Oh my God!
We're
This is
winning,
awesome.
dude. Are you gonna win?
Well,
Are you
I'm
gonna be
just
happy
saying,
when they
we-
surrender or
we-
not?
I'm just
blew
gonna
up a
keep
lot of
saying
boats real
we're just
fast.
gonna I'm just
Yeah.
gonna keep saying the same thing because we did it. We blew up their navy real fast, man. I'm just gonna keep saying the same thing, even though the host keeps asking me a question that's completely unrelated to that. Holy fuck, dude!
Here's a nice comparison. I'm assuming this guy knows fuck all about Ukraine and Russia. So, Matt, did you know that Russia has a pretty fucking big navy as far as countries go?
I did know.
And
Yes.
that in the Black Sea, that they had a fleet. They had a fleet in the Black Sea. They had a flagship in the Black Sea. And shit was not to be trifled with. And they went to war with Ukraine. Now, Ukraine sank over a fifth of their fleet. I think at this point it's closer to a third of the fleet, of the Black Sea fleet, has been sank by Ukraine. They sank it, including the flagship. They took the pride of Russia in the Black Sea. They took it and put it at the bottom of the Black Sea. They did that. Ukraine did. Now, here's the craziest part. What if I told you that Ukraine doesn't have a navy?
Yes. Okay. I understand I forget what it's called. Ground to ship, whatever, missile. I don't want to say the wrong word on the lap. Yes, I understand there's capabilities to attack, a boat. Yes.
Yeah. Now, let's take that comparison and let's add some more to it, right? So, in the Black Sea, Russia has the luxury of being further out away from the coast, right? Because it's a big old body of water, right? So they can just run away out of range of missiles if they really, really need to, right? Now, what does the Strait of Hormuz not offer in the example I just gave?
Yes. Fog of war or being invisible. Sure. Like farther away. Yes. It's close. It's right there. It's like a beach. You're saying
Yes.
almost like the Panama Canal example, right?
I guess.
Okay.
The point
so yes,
is that
I
Iran-
understand the burnability of going through it. Yes.
Okay, so Iran, which has controlled the Strait of Hormuz for quite a while, they can hit anything that goes through that choke point. They have the missiles for that. They don't need a navy. They still have boats, by the way. They still have like little fast boats that they can use as like essentially kamikaze boats
Yeah.
if they
Target
wanted to.
practice. Yes. We could use them for this target practice. of
Oh
course.
yeah, no, we could. Yeah, you're right. And then again, missiles,
Right.
drones.
Yeah, we took out most of the yeah, it's just it's an act of
Most of the
attrition. I don't
what?
want to say the W word. The W word. WAR of attrition. It's attrition.
Yeah, you're right. Iran's been stockpiling ballistic missiles for generations now.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to talk about wars of attrition? Yeah, dude. That's kind of, it's easy to do a war of attrition when it's literally on your doorstep. The person in the war of attrition has an advantage if it's on their doorstep. They literally have the home field advantage.
So, are you going to be happy or sad if they do surrender?
I love how you just ran away from that.
Well, I mean, come on. We could talk about.
I mean, come on. Well, yeah, I mean, come on. You made a bunch of valid points about how Iran doesn't have to have a navy to shut down a strait of water that's only 24 miles wide at its narrowest. I mean, you made a lot of valid points about how ballistic missiles could be used as a way to shut down any type of naval traffic through that area. You made some valid points about how the Strait of Hormuz is not going to return to full function for weeks, if not months. You know, you made some valid points, but are you going to be happy if Iran surrenders? Like, dude,
because you could talk about it until the cows come home every day and make money off it. Or I'm just asking you a simple question. Are you going to lose money and get off this platform if they do surrender and it's old news?
Why would I lose money?
So the question is, are you going to
platform?
be happy if the United States ends this conflict?
Why would we lose money and get off the platform if Iran surrendered?
So you guys can't answer one question.
I'm asking you a clarifying question.
The question is, if they do surrender and the conflict's over, are you going to be happy?
Am I going to be happy if Iran surrenders?
Yes.
Under what terms?
I don't know. I'm just asking. Like, if they unconditionally surrender,
you're going to have
it's all
to use
over.
more specifics. Like, you're asking these vague-ass questions.
I mean, the thing is, 10 minutes ago, the BBC says Trump says Iran WAR will be over pretty quickly.
Yeah.
The U.S.
And
hasn't won enough
Pete,
yet.
and Pete Hegseth said directly contradictory earlier today that this is just the beginning of the war. And also, there's something going on with your phone. I have no idea what it is, but there's an insane amount of background noise or something. I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
I apologize. Sorry.
But Pete Hegseth said earlier today the exact opposite. So who do we believe?
Well, as an American, I support the president, and I believe him.
So the president knows more than the Secretary of Defense, now the Secretary of War? That's really fucking concerning, considering the fact that Pete Hegseth is the one who's supposed to know the most about what's going on right now. Holy fuck, dude. We're fucked.
Regardless of how much information...
So who should know more about the operation in Iran right now? The Secretary of Defense or the president?
I'm not really sure.
You're not sure? Jesus Christ, dude. It's the Secretary of Defense. The Secretary of Defense should know the most about what's going on with our military right now. So if the Secretary of Defense says, hey, we're just starting out with this thing, it's going to be a while, he's the one who's right.
Okay, so you never know what will happen. Maybe they surrender. Maybe they don't. No one has a...
You're right. And maybe Donald
ball.
Trump will die tomorrow. Wouldn't that be nice? What are you going to do when Donald Trump dies tomorrow? What are you going to do?
Probably just go to work like every other day.
Are you going to celebrate? Are you going to be happy? Are you going to be sad? What are you going to do? Are you going to support J.D. Vance and all of his new policies? When J.D. Vance introduces all of his new policies, are you going to support all of his policies?
Supporting the vice president?
Are you going to
I would support the vice president.
No,
yes.
but he's going to introduce a bunch of policies. Are you going to support all of his policies?
Yeah, sure. Sure will.
Without knowing what they are, you're going to support all of his policies?
Isn't that what all the Democrats did the last year when cackling Harris came and pretended she was president?
What? What are you talking about?
She was never president.
Harris, vice president. Harris, was she running the country?
She was never the president.
Didn't she do exactly what you're talking about?
Are you okay? I think do you have brain damage, dude? Is that why you wear the cowboy hat in your photo, or like what?
I mean, I know your
like
hair is coming.
Right,
I know your gray hair is coming out of your head, and you think you're wise.
You can turn your camera on, bud. If you're gonna go to the
if you're gonna do personal insults, I'll go right back.
I mean,
I see the quality of your hair. I know what you eat.
I don't really see any gray hairs I mean,
It's in the beard. It's
I know,
complicated.
I know. It's I know, right? It's really cool. Actually, a lot of women find it to be pretty distinguished. It's fine, but you can turn your camera on too, since you're gonna lob the insults without your camera being on.
Well,
turn
you
your
started
camera on.
insulting first. I mean, that's
No,
pretty
no,
much
I know, and that's what I said. Turn your camera on, because see, I'm on camera. You can turn your camera on, but also my point being, if you're going to throw out ridiculous hypotheticals and ask insane questions about stupid hypotheticals, I can do the same thing back. What are you gonna do tomorrow when Donald Trump dies and J.D. Vance takes over and he starts instituting all these policies and doing all these things that you don't like? And what are we going to do then? And what are you going to do? And how are you going to feel about it? See how stupid that is? It's stupid. So don't ask questions that are dumb and meaningless. We'll deal with Iran surrendering when Iran surrenders and the price of oil is at $150 a barrel.
Well, some of us.
Dude, what the fuck
few
is
days.
going on with your phone and the echo? This is unbearable.
Okay, well, look. It was a pleasure talking to you. It's nice meeting you. First time here.
Yeah, I don't care.
wow.
He's recording. I know he's recording. That was so fucking stupid.
Some of us sounded like someone else. It didn't sound like him. I wonder if that was one of what's his face's drip catchers.
I was thinking that, and then our friend Crystal said that he was up on her live and sent me this on Discord. This is just absolutely fucking delightful, by the way. So this
Chat.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're all covering their drinks. You look like a
do you have a
pedophile.
circle head?
You look like a pedophile, honey. Can we get back to the politics? Because this is
interesting.
boring. Can we
Well,
get back
then
to
let's talk
politics?
politics. Why you
Great.
gotta
So
do
then prove
personal
to me who
attacks?
pays the tariff.
Who pays the tariffs? Other countries.
Prove it.
Okay, let me prove it. Let me just type
Go
it in my
ahead.
computer.
Go ahead.
Who pays
Oh dear God.
tariffs?
Seconds before disaster.
USA. Enter. This takes 1 second. In simple terms, American pay U.S. tariffs. Here's how it works. When the U.S. governments put a tariff, import tax on the goods coming from another country. One, the U.S. importing company pays the tariffs to the U.S. government. That company passes the extra costs onto realtors, business, or direct
Oh,
consumers.
it's almost like I was fucking right, you absolute pine
Oh my
cone.
god! But here's the thing.
Oh Lord. Oh, that's painful.
And then he just goes on to insult Crystal because, that's all he's got left. But that was just like, you could just see the fucking realization in real time. He's just like, fuck. Oh.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
God damn. Also, that's clearly why he's like, let me throw out this hypothetical for you because I'm gonna try to get a gotcha because I'm recording or whatever it was. That was so funny. Like, did he not understand the Strait of Hormuz thing? Like, god damn, that was so
Apparently,
fucking stupid.
The naval warfare that it only happens if there's boats. You must have boats in water to fight boats. If no boats in water, no fight other boats. Not allowed.
No fight. Exactly. Triple. Hi, did you vote for Donald Trump? I'll invite you on mute there. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to come up.
Oh, that's okay, friend. That's all right. Brian, how are you, friend? How's it going tonight?
Good. You're probably so sick of me fucking requesting already, but I just cannot hear dumb shit. I swear to God, my finger just instinctively hits that request button as soon as I hear some fucking dumbass shit.
No,
I'm like, you know what? I just can't. I've never ever been good at keeping my goddamn mouth shut, and sometimes I'm happy that that's the case.
No, you're good, man. It's the only thing is that early on, I do try to keep it light because we have a hard time like getting people, and then it gets to be like too much talking, and stuff like that. But do you want to stick around for one? You want to stick around for a guest? Stick around for a guest. Why don't you stay?
All right, bro.
All right, you stay, my friend. Hello. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Oh yeah. Hey, and to all you Donald Trump fucking voters, suck my dick. Y'all fucking pussies. Y'all need to fucking lick up his nut.
Yeah.
Based.
I mean, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate you, but we are mainly just looking for Trump supporters. Can't say that I don't support you in your what you're saying.
In between the wrinkles, batwing that shit.
That guy just made me hungry because he was fucking cooking there.
Thank you to our friend Melvin for the $2 super chat over on the tube. Says, I feel like I lose 20 IQ points listening to these maggots. That is correct. By the way, guys, if you haven't checked it out, I threw in my link tree. Melvin's site for mag. His Melvin's gear there that he's doing. Go check it out. If you guys, we like to support our friends, and Melvin has been very kind to us here at Kind of the Live. Go check out his stuff. It is in my link tree. I would encourage you to go check it out and support support a black-owned business. Support our friends who are doing things that are trying to make a difference. I would strongly recommend it. So at least go check it out. Support our friends. Also, if you'd like to support us. Links in bios over here on the TikToks. If you're over on the tube, you can find a description down in the description. Links to support us over there. Make sure that you're subscribed both to me and to Nemo. You can find a link to Nemo's subscription there. You can find our friend Boston Brian over there too. You can find Blunt Politics as well over on the tube. Lots of great content. Obviously, if you're over here on the TikToks. Make sure that you're following myself, my backup account, Nemo, and his many backup accounts, and follow our friend Brian over here. And maybe Brian will be doing his own lives via TikTok Studio soon.
Yeah, hopefully, if I can figure that shit out. I might need a dictionary and like a TikTok Studio, a dummies book or something, but I'll figure it out eventually.
Well,
they probably have one of those, honestly.
They probably do. But I told Brian today. I said I am happy. I wanna help. So if I can help, I'm happy to lend a hand, friend. So because I feel like
appreciate it.
I feel like I've kind of got a handle finally on how some of this shit works. So need a hand with TikTok Studio, and doing some shit. Feel free.
And I know that last conversation made us all a lot fucking dumber. So I think I remember at least a couple points I'll try to make, and then I'll let you guys get at it. So I don't want to take up too much of your time and scare away too many other maggots. But what you're talking about as far as you don't necessarily need obviously a Navy nor even the ability to launch missiles. I think one of the big things to take away from the last couple press conferences or interviews or whatnot is the lack of them even referencing drones, drone capabilities, drone manufacturing, because it wouldn't take much for Iran to lob a couple Shaheds every couple days into the strait to keep the ships from going in there. Like, you don't need to necessarily even hit a ship per se. Like, you could just literally lob one into the area every so often, and it would be enough to keep the insurances high enough, or keep the insurance companies from issuing the insurance altogether, or the companies themselves to say no, the risk is too high. So that's one of the points. The other point I think I was going to make, if I could remember, is to ask the kid or the next person that talks about the gas prices are going to go down. Well, historically, what happens to gas prices during the summer months? Typically, different additives have to be added to the gas so that it doesn't get affected by the heat, which, puts up the cost. So they say, whatever the fuck they say. But typically, historically, you see gas prices go up during the summer. So how he thinks they're going to just mysteriously come down all of a sudden at the point where they're historically going up typically is something I'd like to hear justified.
I mean, it's stupid, bro. I mean, the idea that this shit is just gonna magically happen. They've wandered themselves into a fucking quagmire, and the idea that they're gonna be able to extricate themselves from it before the midterms, fuck, come on. I don't. It's not gonna happen.
if Ukraine's taught us anything, it's don't sleep on drones. Don't sleep on those drones. I'm telling you, we've seen at least over the last few days that Iran, even with 80% lesser missiles being launched, still have the ability to strike specific targets both inside of Israel and whether they be U.S. bases with the help of China or Russia. Still remains to be seen just how much involvement they have, whether or not they're acting independently or just specifically giving intelligence as far as strike targets and stuff like that. But still, don't sleep on the effectiveness of especially controlling the world economy with the Strait of Hormuz, with the Shaheds, and especially the sentiment of the American people and the world writ large, with deaths increasing due to Shahed drones and stuff like that too.
Oh, dude, 100%. You're totally right. And your point, by the way, about it just taking a couple of ships getting knocked out. You think Maersk or any of these big shipping companies are going to be like, yeah, we're super thrilled about sending our giant fucking shipping container ships or
even a close call, bro.
Fucking,
even anything in the area would just be like, okay, well, that's enough of that. We're gonna wait till that's figured out, and then that right there has a huge impact on global trade. The price of oil trickles down to you and I, and that's why we're seeing the rise that we have seen so far. I mean, among other factors, of course.
100%, dude. Exactly. No, I mean, I totally agree with you. It's gonna be a shit show, and I saw someone say it down in the chat, and I couldn't agree with you more. Who's gonna have to fix it? The Democrats are gonna have to come in and fucking figure out a way to clean up this mess, because
the problem is we don't know what we're fixing yet. That's the issue. I mean, the destabilization has literally just begun. I mean, you don't know what factors and what different factions have been waiting for this political instability for their moment to strike and try to gain control over this power or that whatever it may be. Like this is now a snowball that's going downhill that can't necessarily be stopped at this point once it kicks off. So we don't even know necessarily what situation we're getting into that needs to be fixed. I mean, this is going downhill and spreading about as quickly as it possibly could in this situation. So it remains to be seen what in 2.5 years or so it actually looks like.
Oh, no, 100%, dude. I agree with you 100%. Real quick, thank you, Tammy, on the Blue app. Thank you, Tammy. This is for the last guest. Tammy says, please remind this asshat that this is not a video game. Real lives are being lost. MAGA thinks this is all a joke. I couldn't agree with you more. It's not fucking Battleship. And Ellie, thank you to Ellie on the Blue app. Ellie says, what do we say to people who say, if Trump did all the Epstein stuff, why isn't he in jail? Because we just had started prosecuting people. We got Jeff and then Ghislaine, and then you could start going after people from there, but
he's also currently running the government that's supposed to be investigating him, so kind of makes that a little bit difficult.
And he has immunity because the Supreme Court said that he does, and there are rules governing indicting sitting presidents. So, anyways, Cheeseburger, hi, I invite you to unmute. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Cheeseburger, I invited you to unmute.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I had to turn my mic on.
That's okay.
No, I did not vote for Donald Trump. I'm not a POS.
Oh, that's okay, friend. We're just looking for Trump supporters right now, but we.
I'm sorry. I won't make fun of him.
No, I know that's okay. We all enjoy making fun of him, but we this is not we're not really.
Well, I could come at it from a different aspect, maybe.
No, I know, and I appreciate you, friend, but we're just looking for Trump supporters. But thank you very much.
All
friend,
right,
okay?
well, shit.
All right, hey, you have a good night, friend. Okay.
You too, brother.
All right, thank you, friend. W's for Cheeseburger. I appreciate you guys. Guys, we appreciate you, but we really don't want friendlies to come up. We just want Trump supporters. So we love you, Trump supporters. We really do.
Yeah, and I'll hop down and let you guys keep rocking. I appreciate you having me up as always, Nemo. Always good to see you, my dude. Appreciate the chat.
And Brian, we love you too. And listen, I meant that seriously when I said that today. Like I'm happy to help you out with studio. I'll even meet up with you if you want to. Like I'll show you some shit. Like let's
I appreciate that. Typically, what I do is I get I usually do it myself until I get right to the point where I'm going to throw my fucking computer screen out the window. And then that's typically when I reach out for help. So I think I have a few more hours of frustration, and then I might be hitting you up again.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait for that. That's going to be lots of fun.
Yeah.
And last thing I'll say is I just divvied up my Sox tickets today.
Let's go, brother.
Let's go.
That means the weather's changing any moment now.
And we're so we'll talk about that too. All right, friend.
All right, I appreciate you. And anybody that watches the Tubes of You or Which.T, I don't know how you're supposed to say all these things to not get it fucking mixed up.
Yeah,
Believe me,
I mean,
I'm a boomer. Sorry if that's not the way he goes about it. But check me out tomorrow. I'm live at 2 p.m. on those other platforms. So check me out if you want.
On the Twitchy one, on the Twitchy one. What's your username there?
It is at Boston_Brian_live on the Witchy Twitchy.
Okay, so if you guys are over there, it's that one, and I know on the tube it's Blunt Politics.
Either of those, Blunt Politics or Boston Brian will bring it up on the Tubes of You.
Awesome. I'll be watching. I'm definitely gonna check it out, man. I'm excited. That's good shit.
No, I'm not actually a boomer in the chat. I'm technologically disadvantaged, if that's what you want to call it. Like I grew up playing sports and being outside, not on computers, so I don't know shit about shit.
Yeah, you're good, man. All right, well go mess with TikTok Live Studio, and then we'll chat later. Okay.
I'll give you a boost in the old algo. I'll be crushing some shit in the chat for you.
You're the man. All right.
W's
for Brian. We appreciate
later,
you.
Man. Later, Nemo.
Later, man.
W's for Brian. W's for Brian. It was funny. I texted with him. Earlier because I was like, hey, let me help you with the TikTok Studio stuff, and he said, hey, it's Brian. I refuse to say Boston, Brian. I said, it's all good. I know where you're from. It's just true. So it's all good. You're good, man. You're good. Guys, we're just looking for Trump supporters right now. Please, just Trump supporters. If you vote for Donald Trump, hop in the box. We appreciate you, Trump supporters. It is our friend Jacob. Hey, Jacob, how are you, friend? How's it going, man?
Hey, man. Long time no talk. I know you're just looking for opposition, but I'm just coming by to say hi. So how you doing, man?
Doing good. Hey, guys, if you're not following our friend Jacob, drop a follow for our friend Jacob. I've been up with him a couple of times now, and I do plan when my schedule gets a little bit more calm here, hopefully coming up in the next week or two, I'm definitely going to try to co-host sometime during the day with our friend Jacob. So I hope we get a chance to do that real soon, my friend, because it would be a lot of fun.
Dude, it will be a lot of fun. I'll be in touch, but I'm taking like a quick week off because debating MAGA can be quite exhausting, as you both know very well. So I will talk to y'all later, but good luck later tonight.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. And like I said, guys, real quick, drop our friend Jacob a follow if you haven't. He's doing debates oftentimes during the day and in the afternoons, and we'll try to hook up with him. And I appreciate you, man. I'll catch up with you later on. Okay.
Appreciate you too. Go Sox.
Go Sox. All right. Talk to you later. Bye. W's for our friend Jacob. We appreciate you. Let's see if we got a Trump supporter here. Guys, once again, if you voted for Donald Trump, we'd like you to hop in the box. Please get in the box. If you voted for Donald Trump. Hi, Sweets. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I'm smart. I did not mean to call up Matt. I'm sorry.
You're okay, friend. That's all right. It happens by accident, but we appreciate you. I hope you have a good rest of your night, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Guys, if you're over on the tube, and we've got over 100 people over there at the moment, you can call in. The number is pinned at the top of the chat. Please call in. Call in and have a chat with us. We'd love to have a chat with you. Our phone lines are open. I've double-checked, and everything is open. Somebody over – I did notice somebody on the tube said Shift 55 said, does anyone have a chat better answer than what Matt said to my question? Because what Matt said, we just started prosecuting, is not going to make the MAGA people I talk to question themselves. Listen, there's not more, there's not a whole lot that we're going to be able to say that's going to make the MAGA folks question themselves. Okay, that's part of what's going on here. But Ghislaine Maxwell was going through appeals up until September of 2024. The Southern District of New York was running their own investigation that the DOJ put the kibosh on at the beginning of last year to take all of their files. That's what Pam Bondi did. There's no chance that there can be an independent investigation of Donald Trump at this point in time. That's the problem. That's why he's not going to get prosecuted. There is no independent investigation. So if you want the real answer here is no one's been I mean, you could easily say, why hasn't Bill Gates been prosecuted? Why hasn't Bill Clinton been prosecuted? Why hasn't Elon Musk been prosecuted? Why hasn't Alan Dershowitz been prosecuted? Why haven't any of these people been prosecuted? Well, it's because they started with Jeff, and Jeff one way or the other. And then you had Ghislaine, and they got Ghislaine, and then she worked through her appeals. And I keep using this analogy, and I do feel like it's very apt, which is if you're going to prosecute people in this way, you would do it from the top down. You get the big fish, and then you could start going after other people that you could nail them on. But it's probably really hard given the evidence needed, given victims willing to come forward, given the statute of limitations, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's very difficult. And then add in the fact that you're dealing with somebody who just became president of the United States, and they're immune to prosecution, and they can't be indicted. It's the reason why all of the other criminal cases against Donald Trump could not move forward. It's the reason why he couldn't receive a punishment in his 34 felony count case. Even though he was convicted, that was it. Nothing else can happen to him. So I know that might not be the answer that you necessarily want, and it might not satisfy your MAGA folks, but it is the truth.
Yeah. You asked, could he be impeached? Yes. But that requires Republicans to have balls.
That would be, the reason. Think about this. And by the way, once again, while we're talking about this, as we've got over 1,000 people here between here and the tube, and we want to invite any Trump supporters here on TikTok to request up in the box. Any Trump supporters here on the tube to call in. Our phone line is open. We've got no one waiting, so you can be first to talk. While we invite you folks to come on up and to have a conversation with us, I would just, remind you guys that. Oh, hold on, we got here real quick. Thank you to Ellie on the Blue app. Ellie says, I do appreciate the follow up with the 2 on the Blue app. Thank you, Ellie. I appreciate it. Listen, I want to help you guys, and we absolutely want to help you guys as much as possible. I just want to point something out. Nixon resigned because the Republicans lined up against him. Nixon resigned because his own party was like, you're fucked, dude. Get the fuck out of here. And that's what it would take with him. Hi, thank you for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Hell yes, brother.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
40, Oklahoma.
Okay. Would you like to discuss one of the subjects that we've got up on the screen or something else that Donald Trump is currently doing?
We're winning this war in Iran, and we're going to take Cuba. The Cuba people are begging Trump to come down there and get things working again.
Really?
Yes, it's been on like Benny Johnson News and a few other news stations.
Why are things not working in Cuba right now?
They have no gas because no Venezuela got cut off.
Oh, so we caused the problem.
No, we fixed the problem.
No, we caused the problem. We cut off their supply of oil.
I mean, don't you not agree that the Venezuela dictator was doing a lot of bad things?
To Cuba?
To everywhere.
To everywhere? So what was he doing bad to Cuba?
He was killing his own people.
In Cuba?
In Venezuela.
Okay. So
you think that's okay?
I mean, he's a bad guy. We've unalived
So
our
he
own
needed to be
people.
taken out. So because he was a bad guy, he had to be taken out. He was
Oh,
flooding our country with fentanyl.
no,
he
he
was
wasn't.
flooding our country with heroin,
No, he wasn't.
methamphetamine.
No, he wasn't.
Nope. So none of those things come from Venezuela.
You're wrong. Haven't
No,
you seen the boats?
No,
We-
no.
we-
I'm
we
so.
blew up
Hey, bud.
multiple boats.
Hey, bud. I'm gonna stop you right there. There is absolutely 100% zero evidence that any of those substances. By the way, if you wouldn't mind, because of the fact that we are dual streaming on TikTok, and they're a little sensitive about naming particular substances, if we can just call them the substances, we'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. That those substances. There's zero evidence that those substances were on any of those boats, number one. But number two, more importantly, Donald Trump's own government, own DEA, his people have readily admitted that none of those substances come from Venezuela. Period. The end.
How did you see the videos where it showed the drugs floating back to the mainland from being out in sea?
How would you know that that's what those were, sir?
I know what a square grouper looks like.
How would you know that what you saw in some grainy footage was that?
What do you support?
Also, sir, the boats that you're talking about, they're not substance runner boats. If they were, that's really fucking stupid, because a boat of those size, a boat of that size, and the ones that we blew up, they would have to refuel over 22 times to make it to America, aside from the fact that they couldn't even carry enough cargo to make it worth the trip, the danger of the trip, and the cost of the trip. So basically what you're saying doesn't make any sense. None
Can
of
I
what
ask
you're
you a
saying
question?
makes any sense.
Why do you support the Democratic Party?
Why are you pivoting to asking me why I support the Democratic Party when I just blew a hole in your argument?
Oh, no, you didn't, though. You're so full of shit.
Then why aren't you responding to everything that I just said instead of pivoting?
Because you're a Democrat and
I'm
you
not a
suck Kamala
Democrat,
Harris's
actually.
clit,
What?
and you
Dude,
don't know
are
how
you-
to have
dude,
a
are
normal
you-
conversation. You like to block people whenever they put you in your place.
I don't even know what to say to that because it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I'm literally responding to your points about the drug boats, and you're the one who's
The
talking.
drug boats were full of methamphetamine and
No, they
No,
weren't.
they weren't.
No, they
What?
weren't.
Great. Can you show me? Great. I'll tell you what. Can you show me anything that provides evidence of that being true?
Sure, there's about 10 or 15 videos that Benny Johnson posted.
Okay. A video couldn't prove that the substances were the F drug or amphetamines. There's no possible way that a video could prove those things. You do realize that, right?
So
How
why
could
are
a
you so
video?
against Donald
No, sir.
Trump?
I want to ask you a question now. How could a video prove what a particular substance was?
Like I said, why are you so against Donald Trump?
Sir, I'd like to ask you a question. I'm holding in my hand a particular prescription. What prescription am I holding right now? I don't know if you can see the screen, but it's a little blue tablet. Can you tell me what prescription I'm holding in my hand?
I'm not currently watching your video because I thought
Okay,
it would
it's a
mess
little.
with the,
Yeah, you're right.
talking.
But it's a little round blue tablet. So it's on video right now. Can you
Probably a Xanax.
really? You think? I'll hold it up for everyone to
just
see. It's a
listening.
little blue
I'm not
tablet.
watching your video, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay, I mean, you could if you wanted to turn on YouTube real quick, you could take a look at it with the sound off if you wanted. But, that's fine. But my question for you is how can you determine what this is via a video?
I understand your point.
Okay, cool. And just so we're clear, it's not any of those things. It's a fucking sweet tart.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So anyways, now that we've determined that it wasn't even a fucking drug at all, that's fucking stupid. Do you want to make any other stupid points for us?
So why don't you support Donald Trump?
I'll take that as a no, and you're conceding that that was a stupid point. Thank you.
Why do you believe that ICE is a domestic terrorist group?
There you go.
Because they are.
Because they are. They fit the definition of terrorism.
Was it okay? Where do you consider them a terrorist group when Obama was president and he killed 140 people?
Number one,
U.S.
Killed 140 people. Interesting. Can you give us the details on that?
On average, he killed 5 to 6 people a year.
Can you give us the details on those unalivings?
If he killed 5 to 6
I've seen
people
it
on average for a year, and he was president for 8 years, how many people? By the way, I know exactly the number of people that unalived under ICE during Obama's 8 years. It was 56. And by the way, I still think that that's far too many. But 56 under Barack Obama's 8 years is a hell of a lot better than 47 under Donald Trump in 1 year.
Yeah, I mean,
is that the number?
56. If it's 56 total, 8 years, it's 7 a year. And also, I question that. I question what we mean by unaliving.
I don't personally know how Obama killed him.
Oh, okay. You think that should be an important detail worth knowing?
But I mean, the ones that Trump's killed, I mean, I think it was a good thing. Like Renee No Good. I mean, she tried to kill somebody, so I needed to take her
No,
out.
she didn't. Now you're justifying the
Then the
unaliving
other
of American
guy-
citizens.
Then the other guy tried to assassinate a federal agent and had a gun,
No,
so
he
they
didn't.
killed him. I mean,
No, he didn't. I mean, now you are actively justifying the unaliving of American citizens by ICE.
absolutely.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
Barack Obama
So
signed
back
a
back
law
to the
into
original
effect
point. Back to the original point.
where
Do you
they
want to
can
know why we
disappear
consider
people.
you want to know why we consider ICE a domestic terrorist group? Because of that.
Oh, I think it's great.
I know you do.
I think also they should send all the Democrats to Poland and North Korea. We need some good oven
Poland
cleaners.
and North Korea. Those are interesting choices.
North
Why
North
Poland?
Korea is to help their genetic pool and to help repopulate their country, and Poland is so we can have some new oven cleaners.
Some new what?
You always got to have somebody new to clean the oven. You know.
I mean, if that was an Auschwitz joke, I've been there. Something tells me you haven't been outside of.
So you know that the
this
smokestacks were built by the Russians in the 50s, and that there was only 271 people who died.
Wow!
And the whole
there we go. You're just a full-on Holocaust denier, huh?
I'm a white nationalist.
There we go.
No
there it is.
way.
And you're from Oklahoma too.
Yeah.
Shocker! Wow, you're from Oklahoma.
Proud
By the
of
way,
it, too.
hey, bud, you love Oklahoma. By the way, did you know that of all the states in the union, you were ranked 48th in education? Did you know that? And this really tracks.
50th in education.
Oh, you're ranked. This really tracks for this conversation. It really goes to show, bud.
And you're a Trump supporter.
Where I'm from, we like to take people down to a place called Mud Creek.
Okay.
And then they don't come
You're
home.
a Trump supporter?
You goddamn right I am.
Oh, how many times did you vote for him?
Every chance I get.
Oh, okay. So you voted for him all 3 times?
Oh, yes.
Nice. All right. You think that you represent
Yeah,
Trump
we
supporters?
love Trump in my state.
You think that you're a solid representation of Trump supporters?
I would say a good majority.
I fully agree with you.
I figured I would.
Yeah, sure, man. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. Sure.
No, hey, like I'm not arguing or nothing.
Yeah. I mean, this seems to track with what you guys believe. Sure, makes sense. But you know what? I had to say I do agree with you on one point though. You know what I do? I agree with you that it wouldn't be the worst to segregate some of our population out. And I think, you know what? I think it would be best to live separate from you guys. I would much prefer that. I hope that you and all of your white I hope that you and all of your white I hope that you and all of your white nationalist friends can go all live together and keep inbreeding, and eventually you'll just, die off because you're so fucking stupid you won't be able to make it. Darwin, he was right. Evolution is a thing. You guys will just die off after a little while. Do you know who Charles Darwin was?
Yeah, he's some dude that wrote some books.
Yeah, there you go, bud. Good job. He's a dude who wrote some books.
Top minds.
Top minds. Wow. So this has been a very enlightening conversation. You've brought so much to the table.
You should look up McCurtain County, Oklahoma. You would love it.
You think so?
Oh yeah, that's great.
Cool. Awesome. Well, anyways,
anything else y'all like to talk about?
Nah, I just hope the gene pool ends with you. Take care. Hi, thank you for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, and I regret it.
Okay. How old are you? What state are you in?
California.
And how old are you?
My early 30s, I would say.
Okay. Real quick, you said you regret your vote. Is there anything in particular that you regret? Was there something that did it for you?
I just think Trump and his whole cabinet are, they're on a payroll from Jewish American oligarchs that, support Israel in the war and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And, and also I think he only cares about money and not really about people's health care or safety. And and just completely opposite of what he said. Actually, but he pretty much lied to the American public.
Yeah, he did. He lied to the American public. Very very good, very very good. Glad you sussed that one out.
But do you believe like all all American politicians, most of them are on a payroll, correct? Do you believe that?
Oh God.
Are you saying that they're all funded by? What you're getting at? They're all funded by AIPAC? Is that what you want to say?
Well, most of them are. Not all of them, but most.
Yes, a lot of our politicians have taken money from AIPAC, and yes, our politicians have strong support of Israel. But that doesn't mean that, that gives us any right to be anti-Semitic or be against Jewish people. I don't like the way that you said.
No, of course. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not,
but I don't like the way that you opened your term.
I understand.
Okay? I don't. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, so I want to be super clear about the fact that
definitely.
that you can dislike the government of Israel and the way that they're meddling in our politics, and we're not going to in any way, manner, shape, or form slander Jewish people. Okay, just want to make that entirely clear. Okay,
I work with Jewish people. Nothing against them.
Okay, good.
So I mean, I'm just saying, think about it like look at just looking at the billionaire class, I guess you can say, or the wealthy class.
Here's what I want to say real quick. I want to say that there's just too much money in politics in general.
Yeah,
Citizens United is one of the worst things that has ever happened to us. We need to get the money out of politics. Money has to be out of politics, and so whatever form that takes, whether it's the Israeli lobby, whether it's the oil lobby, whether it's the Wall Street, it doesn't matter who it is.
BlackRock,
Yeah, exactly. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to go after, because all of them are not good for us. The only people that they should be working for are us and our interests at the end of the day, okay? And they're far too influenced by all of these other factors, okay? And so I agree with you. I agree with you that there's too much money there. But here's the main thing that you really need to understand. If you regret your vote for Donald Trump, okay, I understand that you're in California and you were probably like, my vote didn't matter, and but I sort of get what you're saying there, but at the same time, you have a lot of other elections to vote in, especially with the midterms coming up. I don't know where you are, but if you want to really be sorry, now is your chance to make a change. Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The Democrats and the Republicans, you might think. You're like, well, they all take money from these people, and so it's not all the same. And the reason why it's not all the same is because the Republicans are the ones who are enabling Donald Trump to do this.
Oh, yeah, mostly. Yeah,
they're enabling him to do this. And so the Democrats, while you may disagree with them, while we may not like their support of certain issues, et cetera, right?
I know.
Okay, you might not. But they're the ones who are enabling this to happen, and that means that they are not the same. And so I would strongly encourage you to reconsider your vote in the midterms.
Yeah, and definitely, just do research and before you vote, and actually do your own research, So, yeah, I agree, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man, we appreciate it. I'm glad that you've come to see your vote as a mistake, and I really do hope that come the midterms that you'll keep this energy and help us move forward and get the Democrats back in the majority, so that maybe we can try to stem the tide a little bit. Okay.
All right. Thank you, man. Have a good one.
All right. You have a good one. Good night. All right. Let's see what we got here. Hi. Thank you for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 43, and my name is Nathan, at Utah.
Okay. All right, Nathan. Did you want to discuss one of the subjects that we've got up on the screen, or something else that Donald Trump is doing right now?
So I haven't seen the topics on the screen. Can you please just give me a quick overview?
Of course. So the topics that we currently have up on the screen are MAGA isn't Christian, ICE is a domestic terrorist group, and no new wars. And then also, again, additionally, you could talk about anything else that Donald Trump is currently doing. We just try to stick to current events.
Yeah, so I can quickly breeze through those three topics.
Well, we'd want to pick one to have a discussion
Just one?
about.
Okay, yeah, no problem. I guess I'll just have to go with no new wars.
Okay. What would you like to say about that? How do you feel about that promise for no new wars?
So, I do believe that sometimes promises made have to be broken, depending on the current situation. So I know it's a popular sentiment when running for president to promise the American constituents that you're not going to pursue in any foreign wars and just mainly be invested in domestic affairs. But your mindset will change once you get into the executive branch, because now you're the leader of the number one superpower, and it's now ingrained as part of your job duty to sustain that superpower status. So the Iran situation, they have been labeled for over a decade now that they're the number one state sponsor of terrorism, and the evidence to back that up is them funding proxy groups such as Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis. And we can point out to anecdotal evidence of the damage that Hamas has caused on October 7th. Now, I know there's a huge historical background that has proven that Israeli has the mind of an expansionist, and they took advantage through their friendship with America to continue their hegemonic ambitions, and it goes so far as encroaching in other people's territories. But that still doesn't negate the fact that Hamas was still responsible for the terrorist attack on October 7th and killed around 100 innocent people. Please don't quote me on the exact number, but I believe it falls into that number range, somewhere like a little over 100. And so with the Iran situation, since they're funding proxies that are adversaries to our allies, it's in our best interest to make sure that Israel is the superior in the Middle East, which ensures that why, you say?
Yeah, why? I mean, everything that you said up until now was wrong too, but why?
Please explain me what part I got wrong.
Everything.
So, Iran is not funding Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis?
I mean, I take that back. You got that part right.
Okay, and Hamas wasn't responsible for October 7th?
I mean, I guess, like, partly responsible,
Okay.
yeah.
And so the United States is not the number one superpower?
For now.
Okay. And so it's not in the U.S. national security interest to maintain the number one superpower status?
To maintain the number one superpower? What? Us?
Yeah. It's not in U.S. interest to maintain their number one superpower status?
Sure.
So what part did I get wrong, sir?
you said that it was in our interest to support Israel. You also were
Okay,
wrong
so
on the
I'm
death count on October 7th. You were
okay,
wrong.
and I did.
Go.
Yeah, I did say please don't quote me on the exact number. So can you please enlighten me on the exact number of people that have been killed on October 7th?
I mean, it was substantially more than 100, but that doesn't justify Israel's response. And also, to your point about, is it in the United States' interest to support Israel and ensure that Israel is the regional power there? No, no, it's not.
Okay, so you think it's best for. So let me point out the first part. When I mentioned Hamas committing the terrorist attack on October 7th, I discreetly exuded their grievance by stating Israel historical hegemonic ambitions in the past. I didn't name specific dates and years, but even though that's a grievance that Hamas has with Israel encroachment, it still doesn't negate the fact that it's still considered a terrorist attack, no matter if a portion, for example, many Palestinians view them as freedom fighters instead of terrorism because of Israel imperious ambitions to encroach on other foreign lands territory, or foreign territory, I should say.
Okay.
So let's get that point clear. Now I'm going to address why it's in the U.S. best interest to have Israel as the superpower in the Middle East. It makes sense to have an ally instead of an adversary be a superior in the Middle East. Number one is because Israel, if they become undisputed superior in the Middle East, that means they can have more soft power influence throughout the region, which is in the aligns with U.S. corporation interests. So, for example, the current war that is happening in Iran, if Operation Epic Fury comes to fruition and meet the deadline, 3 out of the 3 demands met. One, they submit to a new nuclear deal, ensuring that they will never have enough enrichment to have a nuclear bomb.
Holy God, man.
I
That's
know.
one of the
I know
demands?
they have. I'm sorry.
That's one of the demands?
Yes, you're trying to remix the version of the JCPOA, but with a stricter rules and regulations.
It was already strict. The JCPOA was working.
Okay, so that's a fair point. But what they did was unfreeze assets and alleviate sanctions, which caused an unnecessary backlash, giving them more resources to reallocate.
Dude, why did they
Hezbollah.
go in on the JCPOA to begin with? What was the deal? What was the incentive for them to do it?
The incentive for who to do it, the U.S. or
Iran. What was the incentive for Iran to enter into the JCPOA?
Absolutely.
What was the incentive?
It's to ameliorate any tensions with the number one superpower.
Wrong. It was to cut the sanctions and to get them more money, dude. That was what they wanted.
Sir.
That's what they wanted. The whole point of the deal. In the deal, did we say we were going to cut sanctions with them? Yes or no?
Yes.
Cool. So then why are you upset about us cutting sanctions with them?
I'm not upset about
Great.
that.
Then so basically what you're talking about is we had a great deal We had a great deal with them that Donald Trump fucking ripped up for no fucking reason, which is one of the stupidest fucking things that he's ever fucking done. Now, we could have maybe tried to negotiate something else, but hey, while we had negotiators actually talking to the Iranians, what did we do? Oh, that's right. While we were in active negotiations with them, we started a war with their country.
Okay. So,
do you think that was a good idea?
I'm going to address the first part. Alleviating sanctions is actually a step towards ameliorating tensions with Iran. Do you see how that makes sense?
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I know you might not agree with Trump withdrawing from the deal.
Do you?
But from his... So if I do agree that it was more diplomatic. It was more diplomatic and a peaceful progression, sticking with the JCPOA.
You're right.
If you can, but there's a but.
Okay.
If Operation Epic Fury deadline comes to fruition, and instead settling for 1 out of 3 demands, you can possibly get 2 or even 3. Wouldn't the $1 billion being spent throughout the 4 to 5 weeks be worth it? Conquering a major juggernaut in the Middle East, and it only took you 5 weeks? Isn't that unheard of? Like, and such an astronomical victory?
No.
Comparing to the epic failures of using examples such as Afghanistan.
Do not even say
Okay,
Iraq. No, dude, listen.
Iraq, I mean.
Yeah, Iraq, cool. Hey, what did we do in 46 days in Iraq? We went from what? We literally had taken over the capital and deposed Saddam Hussein in 46 days.
Okay.
And I'm going to guarantee you right now, in that operation, we destroyed less of Iraq, and I guarantee you we're probably going to have less overall casualties at the end of this. 46 days we did that. What was the real problem? It wasn't the initial conflict, was it?
It was actually... Okay, I'm not sure where you're going with this, so can you please elaborate? I mean, you're asking what's the real problem.
Yes, what was the real problem? The real problem in Iraq was after we took over the country, after we toppled Saddam, after we won, quote unquote. That was the real problem, right?
So it's after the U.S. quote unquote won. I'm assuming there was a power vacuum afterwards. Is that the point you're trying to make?
There was an insurgency in Iraq.
Okay, isn't that power vacuum?
I mean, you say a power vacuum, we were there.
Okay. No, can you please elaborate? I'm sorry, because I'm getting lost.
Okay, your point is that somehow this war is going to be different.
Yes, because
than Iran.
Iraq and Iran is 2 different countries, sir.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's amazing. I didn't realize they were 2 different countries, except for the fact, that there's 1 letter different. That's crazy. Thank you for clarifying. Anyways, so in Iran, how is it going to be different than Iraq?
Because you can't just rely on historical failures and predict
I'm not asking
the
you to do
same
that. What I
outcome
want you to
for the
do is
current.
you're just saying nonsense. What I want you to do is I
How
want
am
you
I
to
saying
explain.
nonsense?
If you would let me talk, I'll explain it to you. I
Go
want you
ahead.
to explain to me and Nemo. I want you to explain to us what the process is. What is going to happen now in Iran? Number one, we haven't won shit yet. There are major issues with what's going on. There are definitely probable munitions shortages. There are definitely issues with our bases over there that have been hit much harder than you're aware of, for sure. Okay, that's for sure. And by the way, the reason we know that is because Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany, which is our largest military hospital in Europe, they stopped taking new births and maternity patients, and they're directing all of them to local hospitals. That's because they can't handle anyone else, okay? So we know for a fact that, unfortunately, casualties are real and they're coming in, all right? Which is fucking sad. That's real fucking sad, and my heart goes out to all of those people. It really, really does. But that's the fucking truth. So we've got casualties coming in. This thing isn't anywhere near over, but let's assume that we could get to a point where, like, the main bit of fighting is done. Like that point I just referenced in Iraq after 46 days or whatever it was, around about that time. It was just over a month and change that we a month and a half or whatever it was, 6 weeks, that we knocked out Saddam and got rolled into Baghdad, okay? Let's assume we get to that point. I want you to explain to all of us what is different about Iran. How do we handle that differently, and what would be different going forward that wouldn't make it exactly the same fucking situation where we're stuck for the next 20 fucking years?
Okay, so I hate using historical events, and I know this might sound hyperbolic, but the quickest, easiest option is to just go all out and use a nuclear bomb. And that will most likely force the Iranian regime to bow down to 3 out of 3 demands. That's going back and making a deal that
dude, you're trolling. You got to be trolling.
I'm not trolling, sir.
Dude, shut the fuck up. You're okay. You're honestly sir. You're honestly suggesting
Japan.
You want to know why that was completely fucking different, and also we actually didn't need to do that. Like, we can go into the historical conversation about that, but you are absolutely fucking insane.
Okay, I'm not exactly sure why you're insinuating that I'm insane.
Because of what you just said?
So at this point, I know that
advocated for using a nuke. That's why you're insane.
Because the reason why I'm advocating for using a nuke is to ensure a guaranteed victory, and there will be a higher chance.
Do you want to know what using a nuke would ensure?
Yes, this might possibly cause millions of lives being lost. Now, there might be a severe
I'm not even
backlash.
talking about the lives lost. I'm not even talking about the lives lost in Iran, because I know you don't care about them.
Okay,
I
didn't care.
Do you know what using a nuke in Iran would ensure?
Please elaborate.
It sets a precedent. So we used one in Japan when we were the only ones that had them.
Okay.
The Soviets didn't get it until not many, but several years later. We were the only ones that had nukes at the time. And everybody agreed, after multiple decades of very, very, very close calls, everybody, the whole world, said, you know what? Nukes are bad. We should not ever use nukes. And so nukes have never been used in war after that. If we were to pop off a nuke, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll give you, just for the sake of argument, I'll say it's a tactical, low yield, right? Low yield, minimal fallout, right? So I'm not even talking about the radiation that would inevitably blow northeastward. Not even talking about that. No. We did some kind of crazy cool tactical nuke, extremely low yield. Don't got to worry about that, right? It sets a precedent because guess who else has nukes? Because it's not just us anymore.
Okay, so it didn't set a precedent when the U.S. used nukes on Japan.
I literally just explained why it didn't.
I know,
literally
but,
just explained why it didn't.
I mean, if other countries after that were violating international law, I mean, and there was a tacit agreement to follow the rules and regulations, and they still violated it anyway, why not go a step further and use nukes? So just because the U.S. is going to, hypothetically speaking, use a nuke on Iran doesn't automatically leads to a domino effect where other superpowers are going to use a nuke. Just it's the same talking point.
No,
okay,
sure it will.
Like hear me out. It's the same like talking point people like to use when they say, well, the U.S. has just unconstitutionally start a war with Iran, so that's like a subliminal message to China that they can just, go ahead and invade Taiwan, or Russia entertaining the idea of invading NATO countries. See, it doesn't work that way, sir.
Sure.
Because
they
have to
as far as the hold on. So as far as invading NATO countries, the reason why that hasn't happened is because, at least as it pertains to NATO, other NATO countries would back up any country that was invaded if they were in NATO. That's the only reason that Russia has not invaded Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. That is the only reason. And as it pertains to China invading Taiwan, China has been watching. They've been watching. And they're just waiting. They're watching the U.S. fuck up again and again and again. We already set the precedent. We lied to the entire world and invaded Iraq based on a lie. We already set the precedent. We already violated international law. Not only did we violate international law, and this is true, guys, to the 1,000 people watching, I encourage you to look this up.
So you're telling me
not only did the U.S. violate international law by invading Iraq based on a lie, when it came time that the international community said, hey, you violated international law, and your leader should be held to account based on international law, what did the United States do? We passed a little something that has a boring name that I cannot remember, but was colloquially called the Invade the Hague Act. Now, what is the Invade the Hague Act? Well, in the event that any member of our government were to be apprehended by the Hague, which, it's international law, right? International Criminal Court. If they were to be apprehended, so arrested and then tried at the Hague, we would use our military and literally bust into the Hague. We would break into the Hague and extract our member of government by force. We would do that. This is the law that we passed after it became clear that the Bush administration violated international law, and there was an actual conversation about holding George W. Bush and Dick Cheney to account. This is real. I am not exaggerating. It's called the Invade the Hague Act. That's not the official name. That's what most people know it as. I'll figure out the actual name just right quick. So it's called the Invade the Hague Act. We passed this years and years ago because we said that we were above international law years and years ago.
It's the American Service Members Protection Act, the ASPA, passed in 2002, and it is U.S. federal law, Public Law 107 to 206, authorizing the president to use, quote, all means necessary and appropriate, including military force, to liberate any U.S. or allied personnel held by the ICC in The Hague.
There you go. Not exaggerating. Didn't make it up. Been on the books for decades now. We already declared that we were above international law. And yet, the world at least agreed to go along with us because George W. Bush, despite flagrantly violating international law, at least pretended to care about it a little bit. At least did the song and dance. And then we elected Barack Obama, and people were like, oh, okay, maybe George W. Bush was just a fuck up. You know, we all fuck up every now and then. I mean, look at the Brits. They elected Margaret Thatcher. Like, yeah, you know, we all fuck up every now and then. Except then we elected Trump, and Trump was like, yeah, no, fuck it. I'm not even going to pretend. I'm not even going to pretend. I'm just going to invade places. And nobody's going to do anything. And that's how it is. And then, after Trump, what happened? Russia invades Ukraine. And, of course, that's violating international law. But Vladimir Putin doesn't give a fuck. Why doesn't he give a fuck? Because we didn't give a fuck. He's not going to be held to account because we won't be held to account. And we barely support Ukraine the way that we would support any other allied nation. Not inside of NATO, just any other allied nation. But it's seemingly a burden when we do it for Ukraine. At least the Republicans pretend that it is. Oh, God, do we really have to send more aid to you? Yes, the fuck we do. Yes, the fuck we do. Because we promised that we would. Because they gave up the one ace in the hole. The one ace that they had. The one thing that guaranteed that they would never be invaded ever again. The one thing that could guarantee that Russia would never set foot on their soil again. Back in 1994, they gave up nukes. The one thing that they could use to say, fuck you Vatniks, you will not set foot in Verdun again. They gave them up because we told them to. And we promised them, if you give them up, and they set foot on your soil again, we will beat the shit out of them. We promised them that. We put our name on it. And so did the UK, and so did Kazakhstan, and so did Belarus, and so did Russia. So did Russia. Fast forward 2 decades. Here we are.
So I'm sure you understand that. I'm sure you understand that there are perks that the number one superpower has, and
the perks are not to use nuclear weapons whenever we want.
Okay.
And if you think that that is a perk that is exclusive to just us, I promise you, dude, you're wrong. Because I understand that you operating at like 0.25x speed, you clearly aren't connecting the dots. So let me go ahead and connect the dots for you. It isn't about invasion. If we pop off a nuke in Iran, the United States doesn't have to worry about us getting nuked. Like the United States getting nuked back. No, of course not. That's silly. That's not going to happen. Because that would be Armageddon. Do you know who has to be worried about getting nuked? Ukraine. Why? Because Russia has tactical nukes. And they are also in the middle of an illegal invasion. And they would happily use tactical nukes if they had the chance. If they knew that they would be above reproach, they would already be using tactical nukes. So if we pop off one in Iran, they pop off one in Ukraine. And if they pop off one in Ukraine, China pops off one in Taiwan. And if China pops off one in Taiwan, guess what happens in Seoul, South Korea?
North Korea use one on them, I'm assuming.
Very good.
Okay, sir. I know. I can see your point, and it does sound plausible. But I'm gonna address a few counter attack points. So you said that China has been watching what the U.S. has been doing, and are now thinking more of the idea to invade Taiwan.
Yeah.
So that tells me that they have been doing a lot of watching. It sounds like more than 20 years, because throughout the past 20 years, the U.S. has invaded Iraq and Afghanistan, and now they're starting a war with Iran.
Yeah.
So
do you know the
why
difference
has
between
China
now and 20 years
been-
ago? Okay, I'll go ahead and
20
I'll
years
answer my
ago
own
was
question.
20
So the difference
go ahead.
between now and 20 years ago, as it pertains to China. So 20 years ago, just to make it simple, we're going to say the year 2000. That's 26 years ago, but just to keep it simple, we're going to say the year 2000. The difference between right now and the year 2000, when it comes to China, is that the Chinese military was nowhere near as formidable as it is now. Do I think that China could win solo against the US? No. Would it cost us? How would the US have what's referred to as a Pyrrhic victory? For those that don't know what that means, we'll win, but holy fuck, it's gonna hurt. Holy fuck, it's gonna hurt when we do it. We're gonna get the trophy, but we ain't gonna be able to hold it up. That's what a Pyrrhic victory is. I fully believe that the US could still beat China currently, but only barely. In the year 2000, the United States could run laps around China. It was a joke. It was a joke. They referred to it as the century of humiliation because we humiliated them, along with the other Western countries. They got testy with Taiwan around that time. All that we did to shut them up, the only thing that we did was sail our ships through the strait. We just sent a little strike group. I don't even think it was a strike group. It was just like a little group of ships, of our warships, through the Strait of Taiwan. We didn't shoot. We didn't do anything. We just put our boats. Doop, 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 doop. That's all we did. And they were like, oh, fuck. They didn't want the smoke because they couldn't handle that, right? They backed down. We humiliated them. We can't do that today. We literally would not be able to do that today. There's a difference between the China of 26 years ago. There's a difference, a massive difference. And you're not calculating that.
I
so
know, but I'm confused.
They have been
Why
watching.
hasn't-
They have been watching.
I hear you. Why hasn't Russia used nukes on Ukraine? I mean, is there any severe consequences if they use one? I mean, they
Yeah.
already invaded Crimea and
Yeah.
Georgia, if I'm not
So,
mistaken.
dude,
Weren't those red lines?
Weren't they red lines?
Yeah, and they crossed
I
those
don't, I
red
don't,
lines.
I don't know if
and
Obama described Crimea as a red line. He described Syria as a red line, and he was like kind of humiliated as a result of that. But as far as Russia invading and annexing Crimea, I don't know if that was described as a red line. Even if it was,
are you sure about
I
that?
mean, you're going from invading a country to using nuclear weapons. These are different things.
Yeah, I know,
right?
but I'm asking you, what would be, hypothetically speaking, if they were to use one? Since, I mean, from my point of view, I thought they already crossed red lines and there wasn't any severe backlash other than economic sanctions. What would be the red line? I mean, what would be the severe backlash if they were to use a nuke on Ukraine right now?
So the backlash, the consequence of them nuke Ukraine would be as follows. Number one, Russia has definitely received economic sanctions as a result of their war in Ukraine, but the pain that we inflicted on them, the financial pain that we inflicted on them with the sanctions, we actually inflicted more for a very brief period of time with them. We kicked them out of SWIFT. So the SWIFT banking system. So SWIFT is basically just how banks transfer money between each other, across borders, across wherever, right? We kicked them out of that. We started denying any transaction from them. Now that was a whole other level of pain that they had never experienced. But that was only temporary. We temporarily kicked them out, and then we let them back in. And we still have the sanctions on them. But as it pertains to SWIFT, that limitation is gone. They're still doing whatever. So that gets turned on. They become an international pariah, right? Even more so than they already are. I don't even think that China would be okay with that. Because China knows good and damn well that if the precedent becomes, oh, hey, Russia just used a fucking nuke in Ukraine, and I'm surrounded by a bunch of countries that are eligible to host nuclear weapons from America, maybe I should not demonstrate any type of support and I should actively oppose, not just with words, not just with, oh, we condemn this, because they always say that shit. No. Active opposition.
So, hello?
Because they know good and damn well that they are surrounded by countries that would happily host nuclear weapons from America. South Korea has in the past. Japan has in the past. They would happily host those.
Wait, so if using nukes is so reprehensible, why hasn't the U.S. been labeled the #1 pariah after they used it on Japan and people saw the aftermath of the disaster? Wouldn't countries like around the world be like, oh my God, these people are raging lunatics and sadistic to
number
the core.
one,
why are we?
Okay, all right, cool. So number one, that was 1945. There was no internet.
Okay.
There was no internet. There was barely international news. So these things were able to be curated, right? People think that the nuclear strikes in Japan were the worst of the worst. I encourage you all to go look at a picture of a firebombing of any Japanese city during the time. It looks indistinguishable. In fact, if I were to do a side-by-side of the aftermath of a firebombing in Japan and the aftermath of the nuclear weapons, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It was far from the only horror that we committed. And yet we got away with it because the entire world had been destroyed in World War II. We're talking about tens of millions of people at minimum. You could probably make the argument for hundreds. Tens of millions of people dead in one war.
it just still puzzles me that after using a nuke, even though there wasn't internet back then,
There wasn't internet. There also weren't nuclear weapons back then. We were the only ones that had them.
Yeah,
No
there
other
weren't,
country had them at the time.
there were newspapers and radios where people can get their information.
Sure there were. How old are
and-
you? How old are you?
I'm 43 years old. So.
Okay, cool. We're the same age. We are the same. Okay, we're the same age. I am the same age as you. We have grown up exactly in parallel times. Okay. The idea that you're as old as me, as somebody who lived before the internet existed, and you can't understand and remember a time when if somebody told you about something or explained something to you that you wouldn't have been able to like automatically see or understand, like that's not, it's the way that the world works now. Maybe you've just lived long enough and you've forgotten that that's how it used to be, but like that's how it was. Like they could say, here's a film reel of a nuclear bomb test. Here's what it looks like. Here and you know, here, wow, it's destructive, it's bad. And everyone would be like, wow, that's destructive, it's a bomb, it's really bad. The idea that people would know like what fallout was or what happened to those people in Hiroshima and Nagasaki after the fact here in the United States or around the rest of the world, like that was publicized or that was a thing, is absurd. That's not a thing that happened, man. Like, not a thing. So no one really knew or understood what happened until years later. And like Nemo was very aptly pointing out, the rest of the world couldn't give a fuck, really, because the victory in Europe had just happened in May of 1945, and we dropped those in August of 1945. So, like, they're like barely picking their heads up from 6 years of one of the most devastating events in Europe's history. Millions of people gone. Millions. And they're just, Europe just in shambles. And here we are still duking it out with Japan, and we dropped a couple of bombs on them. And the people in the United States were sold the lie that it was the only way for us to end the war, that we had to do it. And that's what it was going to take. And it couldn't have gone any other way because we can't invade Japan or they'll fight us to the death, and we've got to do this. And that's what won the war. Even that is just it's a propagandized lie, basically, because we really did not have to do that. So at the end of the day, like, all of what Nemo was just saying is really, really accurate. Everything that people could see back then wouldn't have given them what we know now. All of the shit that we know happens after you drop a nuclear weapon. Because if they had seen it, people would have lost their goddamn minds.
No, I hear you. But then again, there are still other ways people can get information.
Bro.
And that's through a newspaper or the radio. And if
what were the
entail
newspapers
the-
and radios going to say? What were they going to say, or what were they going to explain to people about what happened in Japan that was going to make any dude, come on. Be for fucking real.
Over a million casualties is still over a million casualties. That's still gonna.
There were not over a million. There were not
any-
over a million casualties from the 2 atomic bombs. It was around 200,000.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm way off there.
Yeah, it was around 200,000 total, which
was
is
it
still
the
gross and terrible, and I'm like horrified by that number, but it's not a million.
Did Japanese casualties resulted in over a million throughout World War II? Or am I way off?
What?
You're talking about the entirety of it?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Japan lost about 1 million total, but I don't know why you would be counting the total.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm pointing out my own mistake.
Here,
so 200,000.
Caller, here's I got to hit on this point real quick because I think we might need to move on from this, but I just want to hit on one thing. Do you know anything about the Nuremberg trials?
No, enlighten me.
What's that?
Enlighten me.
I mean, do you know at least what they are? Do you know what they are? The Nuremberg trials. They're the trials of the
persecute
the high. What's that?
No, go ahead.
They're the trials of the highest-ranking Germans that were left after World War II ended. So the ones that didn't unalive themselves, right?
Okay.
So they couldn't try Schmittler. They couldn't try like Joseph Goebbels, but like Hermann Goering was still alive and stuff like that. So he was tried there. Okay. At that point in time, when those trials took place, and I'm gonna give you the exact date. Okay, so those trials officially took place for about a year, starting the end of 1945 to the end of 1946. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Up until that point, no one understood. And no one in the rest of the world knew what happened in the concentration camps in Germany. No one knew. And do you know the only reason why people understood and received the news and believed what happened there and internalized? Do you know why that was? It's because U.S. service members, when they went in and liberated those camps, brought cameras with them, and they filmed the liberation of those camps. And you can see things, very, very graphic things. Bodies piled up, the mounds of shoes, the emaciated people that are just on the verge of losing their lives because they clearly haven't eaten anything in fucking forever. The abject fucking torture of a group of people. But it wasn't until a year later, a year after the war had ended. And remind you, this was going on during the war. The concentration camps were going on. Nobody knew. And nobody would have really believed it. Like, they might have said, oh, man, there was terrible stuff going on at those concentration camps. They unalived 6 million Jewish people. Wow, it was really awful. The thing that drove it home, the thing that actually did it, was the footage, the film. Then people were like, because that film and the Nuremberg trials, they weren't broadcast live because that's not really exactly like the technology, but they were filmed, and then newsreels were sent out, and then you could like watch them after the fact. People saw the footage, and it was all documented. So that was the difference. Nobody saw what happened in Japan. We just knew that there were some big bombs that went off, and you could see like some test footage, and you could see like what an atomic bomb would do, kind of like the way that it blew up. And you're like, oh, well, look at this thing, and wow, it's really powerful. But you didn't see people's fucking faces melted. You didn't see the after effects of fallout. You didn't see what it was like with after the fact, with people's hair and their teeth falling out and all these awful things that come along after the fact if you don't die in the initial explosion or from the initial radiation, like the terrible things that happen to your body from radiation poisoning after that. We didn't know any of that, man. But we did about the concentration camps because it was all on film and you could see it. And when people can see that shit, that's it. Then they're like, fuck, that was real. That happened. Does that make sense?
I see your point. So cameras and the internet age now enhances the shock and awe if some heinous action such as dropping a nuclear bomb on a country were to happen. Like the visual will all of a sudden enhance the shock and awe, and whatever country uses that nuclear bomb is now all of a sudden going to be labeled number one pariah now, and the domino effect of that is a high probability of other countries saying, well, if the U.S. can do it, then I might as well can do it, even though the U.S. already did it, but somehow other superpowers were like, you know, they're the most omnipotent country, and so they have they can do that, and we're just not gonna be able to reciprocate that level of heinous actions because
they
can't.
They couldn't reciprocate at the time.
Okay, but I'm talking about when they
holy
garnered.
Fuck. Okay,
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Thank you for calling in. Thank you. We appreciate it. That was too long, and I cannot. I can't.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Dude, that was almost an hour.
That was painful.
That was fucking painful. Thank you to Charles for the 5 Canadian on the tube. You said, I don't know what this means. House of Massimo is one of the great aristocrat families of Rome, member of papal nobility since the 16th century and elevated to princely rank in 1826. I'm not sure what that means.
Wait, what were the years that he mentioned?
House of Massimo is one of the great aristocrat families of Rome, member of the papal nobility since the 16th century and elevated to princely rank in 1826. I've heard of House of Massimo. I've heard of it, like, just in passing, I guess, but, like, I'm not sure what that super chat is about. Confused.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird. Once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, now is your chance to call in. Our lines are open. Please give us a ring. We'd like to have a chat with you. That was a long one. We did have a couple of folks trying to call in during that conversation, but our lines are now open.
While we have a second, Tammy, thank you for the blue app. You said, I can't wait until the Red Hats start talking about high gas prices are a good thing. Right. It's actually a good thing because global warming's real. We need to curtail our carbon emissions. So this is actually a good thing. Yeah. Amanda, thank you for the blue app. You said, for being amazing commentary with facts, especially on Matt's Live. Have a fab night. Thank you. Appreciate that. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Oh wait, this is from yesterday. Okay. Pamela, thank you very much for that very generous blue app. Thank you. You kick ass. You kick a lot of ass. You said, Nemo said, sit down, shut the fuck up. Yes. I was saying in the Discord, this guy's getting cute with me on geopolitics and history. That's just, don't get cute with me on those things, especially World War II. Oh God, no. Oh man, holy shit. Thank you, Tammy, for the blue app. You said, now I understand why Oklahoma is last in education. Yeah. And finally, Anna, thank you for the blue app. You said, Nemo, I learned more from you than I ever did in any history class. Your presentation of world history is appreciated, and how you tie in current foreign policy into it is genius. Thank you. Thank you, Anna. And also, Slava Ukraine.
And real quick, I want to say thank you to Ron. for the green app. Ron said, "Thank you, what you're doing." Thanks, Ron. Appreciate it. Nolan, hi. We'll invite you to unmute. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I did not. But I just wanted to come on here and say thank you for what you do. I learn a lot from watching your stream, so I just want to come on here and say thank you.
Thanks, Nolan. We appreciate it, friend. Hope you have a good night, okay?
Yep. You too, Nemo. I saw you cooking earlier, too. So
appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks, friend. You take care.
Yep.
We appreciate you, Nolan. All right, once again, guys, if you're over on the tube, call in. We've got our number above. Now is the time to call in when we do not have a caller active. So now is the time to do it, or a TikTok guest active. So come on up. Let's have a chat. Oh, we got someone in the box here on TikTok. What do we got? If they load. Faking. Hi, did you vote for Donald Trump? Hello? Goodbye. Okay. Cool beans. Once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. We've still got probably at least an hour and a half longer to talk to some folks here, take some guests, and talk to some Trump supporters. So, if you voted for Donald Trump, we want to have a chat with you. Now is the time. Now's the time. Let's see.
Don, you said, Nemo, do you think Trump will order a nuke strike? No. As fucking crazy as Trump is, it wouldn't happen. Like, we would not do it. So even though the chain of authority, as far as launch authority, when it comes to nukes, has been pared down to essentially the president says it and then they launch, there's still people involved in that. And I genuinely, especially the people that are tasked with manning our nukes, I don't think that they would do it. That, like, I genuinely think they would literally disobey orders before doing it. And I'm pretty sure that is true way further up the chain than just the poor guy who is sitting there at the console. I'm pretty sure that is up the chain to chairman of the Joint Chiefs. I mean, Kane, that's his name. He's the chairman. Apparently, he's definitely like a hawk, but I don't. There's a difference between being a hawk and being willing to use nukes, and I don't think that too many people inside the command structure in the military are actually okay with popping off nukes. Mm-hmm. That's my, I guess that's my optimism of it. If a nuke were to be popped off, it would be Israel. Israel, way more likely to pop a nuke in Iran before the U.S.
100%. And by the way, somebody in the chat earlier said someone watched Nuremberg. I did watch Nuremberg, but that's not where I learned about the fact that they showed that footage. I knew that a long time ago. I did watch Nuremberg, though. I didn't love it. It was okay. I had higher hopes for it, and it was a little disappointing. But I knew a decent amount about those trials before because I've always been quite interested in World War II. Also, thank you to Brett Allen over on the tube for the $2 super chat, which just says, use Clear Eyes, Bueller, nukes are good. Okay. Thank you, Brett. I guess that's weird, but cool. Once again, guys, we don't have anyone in the box right now, so now is a great time to pop on up. We've got about 1,200 people over here on the TikTok side. We've got about 170 people over on the tube. If you're over there, call in. We've got the number pinned at the top of the chat, or it's right above my head, so it's very easy to find. The lines are open right now. No one is here, so you'd be able to get right in. So now's the time to chat with us. Oh, that was a dig at his voice. Oh, yeah, it was. Of course. Yeah, my bad. My bad, Brett. I get your joke now. I get the joke now. I'm sorry. Use clear eyes. Bueller. I get it now. Thank you, Brett. My bad. Somebody in the chat over here said it's late. The joke went over my head. You made a good joke. 100%. That's what his cadence was like. That's what that was like. Very Ben Stein. Absolutely. Well done. Well done, Brett. Let's see. Boppity boopity. Got that. I don't know. What are these people? What are these people? Nobody wants to talk about Iran and the price of a barrel of oil and how much everything's going to cost us now, especially with the price of diesel rising and all this, and the shipping lanes being tied up and all this different stuff. You guys don't want to talk about that? No?
Lordy.
I'm so surprised. Who we got here?
Ron, thank you for the green out. He said, thank you for what you do. Thank you, Ron. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Ron. Coco, hi, did you vote for Donald Trump? Coco? Hello? Ball Sports said, why did the stock market go up today? It didn't. I think, did it? Oh, it went up by a little bit at the very end of the day. Yeah, that went up. That went up just a little bit. That's because Trump said that the war was going to end soon. That's also why the price of a barrel of oil, which was going up, came back down. But I hate to break it to you that the Dow Jones futures have already erased that gain. Same with the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. So all the futures are, they're sliding back down already. But, listen, Trump can say all that he wants to prop up the stock market and prop up the economy, and people will believe some of it for a little while, or it'll inspire like a little bit of confidence for a little while. And then when people realize that it's all bullshit, it'll all just come crashing down. So, best of luck to us all.
Yeah.
Best of luck to us all when that happens. So, actually, I'm curious where. Let's see. Brent. Crude. I'm right around 90 a barrel now.
Yeah, I'm reading CNBC on it.
Yeah.
Trump, who had signaled on Monday that the conflict with Iran could end soon, sending oil prices lower, warned later in the day that Tehran would be hit 20 times harder if it attempted to halt oil flows through the Strait of Hormuz. Okay.
Why? I don't know, just out of curiosity, if you voted for Donald Trump and you're out there listening, I'm just kind of curious, like, How do you reconcile the fact that in doing this one action, this one thing, he is fucking over basically all of his campaign promises to you? Everything. He's not just like involving us in an ancillary conflict, not a proxy war. He has inserted us and started a war with another country. So we are directly at war with another country. That's going to skyrocket gas prices. And because it's going to do that, and it's going to raise the price of a barrel of oil, it's going to increase diesel prices, which is going to make the cost of everything go up. And like we were talking about earlier with like our friend Brian and what we were talking about, it's going to fuck up the shipping lanes, and it's going to increase the prices because shit like insurance is going to go up and all these different things, and ships aren't going to want to go through the Strait of Hormuz and all these different things. So literally, this is going to drive the cost of goods to go up, the cost of gas to go up, and Donald Trump has directly inserted the United States into a brand new forever war. How does it feel having voted for somebody after we spent all of this fucking time prior to the 2024 election with you guys fucking pounding your fist going, we don't want this, we don't want that, we want lower prices, we want lower gas, we want no new wars. And you guys screamed this over and fucking over. And that's why you voted for Donald Trump. And he literally has unzipped his pants. You've laid down. You've opened up your mouth. He's pulled out that little orange wrinkly thing. And, of course, it's taken him like a minute or two because, that prostate, can't be good. But it's taken him a minute or two. And he's unloading in your mouth. That's literally what he's doing right now. He is pissing in your mouth. And you are taking it. And it just goes to show how fucking cowardly you are that we have 1,400 people listening to this right now. And none of you want to talk about it. I think it might mean that you guys absolutely fucking regret everything about this at this point. And you know it. Sorry about the visual, but I felt like really drove the point home. Steph says, thanks for the nightmare fuel. You're welcome. Do what I can. I know, right? That the silence is fun. You guys like that? Did you guys see what, Nemo, did you see what Andy Ogle said today?
I did not.
Oh, check this out. Oh, we got someone. The boss. Maybe this is Trump supporter. Howie, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Howie, hello. Okay. So, Andy, you know who Andy Ogles is? He's the rep from Tennessee.
Yes.
Okay. he tweeted this today. For those of you who can't read it, if it's too small on your screen, Andy said, quote, and by the way, this is a sitting U.S. congressman. Muslims don't belong in American society. Pluralism is a lie.
Fucking A.
So we're just fucking full on Christian nationalist. By the way, that our friend Crystal screenshot that one for me. I had heard about it earlier, but she screenshot it, sent it to me. And then the follow up, which I know is really small, guys. I unfortunately I can't make it too much bigger. Oh, actually, I can't make it a little bigger. Never mind. Hakeem Jeffries responded and put out a statement saying, Andy Ogles is a malignant clown and pathological liar who has fabricated his whole life story. Disgusting Islamophobes like you do not belong in Congress or in civilized society. That's why House Democrats will defeat you in November. Okay, that's fine. That's good. He said in response to that, quote, to Hakeem Jeffries, Gavin Newsom, and the high-ranking Democrats flooding X to condemn me. A Muslim shot and killed 3 Americans in Texas. 2 Muslims tried to blow up New York City again. Meanwhile, all DHS counterterrorism programs are unfunded because you shut them down. I mean, I guess because he's from Tennessee, he's never heard of Oklahoma City, huh?
Yeah. Clearly never heard of Oklahoma City or the Unabomber.
Nope.
I mean, Waco, arguably.
Or what's the faces out in out in Oregon. That was recent.
Oh yeah,
a couple years ago. What the fuck? Those guys.
Yeah.
Their name just fucking. That was a whole thing. Oh yeah, Ruby Ridge. Thank you. Absolutely. Clive Bundy. That's right, Clive Bundy. Yeah. Thank you, Neely. Yep. That guy. Like. The fuck.
Also, the national motto before "In God We Trust" was "E Pluribus Unum," which is Latin for "out of many, one." That sounds like pluralism to me. Also, quote, the bosom of America is open to receive not only the opulent and respectable stranger, but also the oppressed and persecuted of all nations and religions. We shall welcome them to a participation of all our rights and privileges, if by decency and propriety of conduct they appear to merit the enjoyment. George Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, shall we refuse the unhappy fugitives from distress that hospitality which the insensitive word for Native Americans of the wilderness extended to our fathers arriving in this land? Shall oppressed humanity find no asylum on this globe? Thomas Jefferson. And finally, quote, remember always that all of us are descended from immigrants and revolutionaries. FDR. Andy Ogles can fuck off. Oh wait, actually I got one more. I'm sorry. Hold on. I just remembered. I got one more. Quote, as the government of the United States is not in any sense founded on the Christian religion, as it has in itself no character of enmity against the laws, religion, or tranquility of Muslims, and as the said states never entered into any war or act of hostility against any Muslim nation, it is declared by the parties that no pretext arising from religious opinions shall ever produce an interruption of the harmony existing between the two countries. Article 11, Treaty of Tripoli, 1797.
Yeah. That was I was wondering if we're going to I figured we might hit that one. By the way, thank you to Deb for the $1.99 super chat. It says Ogles needs a Trump pardon to stay out of jail. I mean, we'll see where that guy ends up, but that's so fucked. I mean, in so many different ways, so fucked. Goddamn, dude, the fuck. So there was
I gotta
that.
step away for just a second.
Yeah, no worries, man. Guys, once again, if you voted for Donald Trump, we'd like you to either hop in the box with us or give us a ring. Give us a ring on the phone line. The phone line is open right now. You can see the phone line in the chat. It's right over there. Phone line in the chat, pinned, or it's right above my head. Either way, come check it out. Let's see. Oh, we got that. Let's see. And we've got thank you to Melvin. Thank you, Melvin. Melvin said, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. I guess it should read no vacancy." Agreed. Thank you very much, Melvin, for the $5 super chat over on the tube. Appreciate you, friend. Apparently, Monica over on the tube. Oh, does she? She doesn't like how we go about our conversations. I'm so sorry. One of my mods said that they said that you would ask me to be nice. Monica, I just want to tell you that we will absolutely take that into fucking consideration and will not change a fucking thing about the way that we operate. But thank you. We will absolutely log your complaint with the complaint department. Here, in fact, I'm going to write it down for you. Right down here. Monica doesn't. Okay. Got it right there. That's great. Thank you. Okay, cool. Glad we got that taken care of. Appreciate it, Monica. We're going to send that over to HR like real quick. So, Monica says, "I don't care how you go about it. I just pointed out that you're all on multiple channels doing the same shite nonstop." I don't know what that means. I don't understand these people at all. Also, once again, guys, we do have 1,400 people between here and the tube. We have no Trump supporters who want to come up and have a conversation with us. No Trump supporters whatsoever who want to get up. We have none here on the Tiki Talks. We have none over on the tube. I guess nobody wants to call in, guys. The phone lines are open if you want to call in. We do have our number. It is above the chat. There you go. So we've got Jigsaw over there who says Antifa is a terrorist organization. Illegals are illegals. I don't give a fuck about they all pedos and belong in a wood chipper. Jigsaw, that sounds you're very upset. You should call us up and talk to us about it. Jeez. Also, that sentence didn't make any fucking sense. God damn, dude. Monica says, "I don't give a damn about your insults. Sensitivity is for the liberals." Okay. It seems like you're a little sensitive yourself. But, okay. I don't know. And some of these YouTube comments, guys, are wild. This is great. Once again, guys, if you vote for Donald Trump, hop on over. Let's have a chat. Look at that. Somebody decided to call in. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're a little soft. Maybe you could get a little closer to the phone.
Yeah, I took it off Bluetooth.
Oh, thank you. That's much better. You voted for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, how old are you and what state did you vote in?
46 and from Georgia.
Okay. Did you want to discuss one of the subjects that we've got listed up on the screen or something else that Donald Trump is currently doing?
I don't know. I was just listening to it, and you were talking about how you had so many people on the screen, nobody wanted to talk. And I was just listening to everything you were saying, and I figured I called you once before, and I was giving you truth, and you rejected and denied everything I was saying.
Okay.
So I figured I'd call it back again and just kind of prove that what I want to prove.
What was
so
the...
when you talk about Christianity and all these comments, and you say they don't make no sense, and you want to know why, you say that MAGA isn't Christian. But Christianity is exactly why MAGA is against the left.
Yeah. So again, I'm gonna explain. I'll explain it to you. Okay. The point of the prompt, and if we spoke before, I'm sure I already explained this to you. But the point of the prompt is about the fact that the policies that Donald Trump and the Republicans put forth, and that the MAGA movement champions, have nothing to do with Christianity. They're not Christian in the slightest. They have nothing to do with the teachings of Jesus Christ or with the Bible, and therefore that makes them gigantic hypocrites. So if you voted for Donald Trump expecting Christian values or Christian policies, you're getting exactly the opposite.
Well, we don't feel that way.
I understand that you don't feel that way, but it's demonstrably true. So how about this? If you want, why don't you give me some policies or some legislation that's been put up? What's Donald Trump putting forth? That would
it's about what Donald Trump.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was literally in the middle of asking you a question. I don't know why you're interrupting.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Why don't you show me some policies and some legislation that Donald Trump has put forth that would be in line with the teachings of Jesus Christ? And the teachings of Jesus Christ in the gospel are specifically feeding the hungry, taking care of the poor, taking care of the sick, welcoming the stranger in the strange land, giving up your wealth, et cetera, doing all those things. So where's the Christian part of their agenda?
It's the part about the left that we don't like. It's not about what he's doing. It's about what he's not doing.
That doesn't make any sense, sir. I just asked you to prove to me that they're doing Christian things. They're not doing Christian things. Being anti somebody is not Christian.
Like grown men reading genderqueer books to children.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you point to me in the gospel where Jesus said, "Thou shalt not read books that make me feel uncomfortable as a grown man"?
Now, you know good and well it doesn't say it exactly like that. But
well, then what does it say? Then what does it say?
I can show you in the gospel. I can show you the left.
What does it say? What does it say in the gospel that would make what you just said wrong?
Women changing the natural use.
No, I want a Bible verse in the gospel that would prove what you just said, sir.
Men laying with men doing unseemly things. That's the unseemly things. It is in the gospel.
That's not in the gospel, sir. That's not in the New Testament, sir. No, sir. Absolutely
not. See, that's the thing you told me last time. You claim that you know the Bible, but yet when I'm giving you a Bible verse, you have no idea what
I
Bible
asked you
verse
for
I'm
the
talking
gospel, sir. What is the gospel? That is the New Testament. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, sir. Do you not know the Bible when I say the gospel?
Of course I do.
Great. That quote that you just gave me is not from the gospel.
Oh, it's not from the New Testament?
No.
It's not? Okay, go read Romans chapter 1 then. I want you to read it out loud for everybody to hear.
You want us to read a whole fucking chapter?
It's not that long. It's only 32 verses.
What's the verse?
Start at verse 18. And it'll explain everything.
What, verse 18?
Yeah. 18 to 32.
Is that one of the Gospels? Because Romans isn't Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John. It's not what Jesus preached.
The Gospel is
sure
what
that
Paul
Romans
took to the
wasn't
Gentiles.
Romans part of the Fuck, what do they call those? The epistles of Paul? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Paul took the gospel to the Gentiles.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. So, is it called the epistles of Paul? I don't know if Romans is one of them.
What do you
But
mean?
basically,
when you
it was like a series of letters that Paul wrote.
Yeah, yeah.
And Paul,
That's exactly
it should
what
be
that is.
noted, not Jesus.
Yeah. Also, Paul lived 300 years, by the way, after Jesus. And the verse you were referring to, that was in Leviticus. And are we going by the laws of Leviticus? Because if we are, bud, you've got some real issues on your hand. I'll tell you what.
See, this is what you did the last time. You
I
kept
know.
going back
I
to
explained to
Leviticus,
you.
and I
I
wasn't
explained to
quoting.
you why your logic is completely fucking and utterly
Okay, well,
flawed,
read-
and then
just
you got
read
really,
what it
and then you
says.
got really upset and all pissy about it. Yeah, I remember.
You said it didn't exist nowhere else in the Bible. You kept
So,
referring back to
I
Leviticus.
checked.
I told you that that's not what I was talking about, and you said nope. You denied it. I told you
Okay.
when I first started talking to you, I didn't know specific chapter and verse because I didn't have it in front of me, but I knew what it
Okay.
said. So when I'm
All right, cool.
quoting it, and you said it didn't exist anywhere in the Bible, the video is posted. Anybody can go look and see what you said, and I was
Jesus
accurate
Christ.
in everything that I said.
That's not what I said exactly. But okay,
Well,
bud.
anybody can go
Anyways,
look at it. It's
that's
posted. The video's posted.
Hey, bud, just calm the fuck down. My friend Nemo wanted to say something. Relax.
I was correct. It was the Pauline epistles. That's what they're referred to, and Romans is part of them. So yes, I was right.
So
again, Paul was just one of the apostles. He was not Jesus. The words of Jesus take precedent over whatever the fuck Paul had to say about men and boys. But I mean, it sounds as if the words of Jesus are not being followed right now, sir.
No, it's not.
For if you forgive
I
other
don't know how
people
you
when
got-
they
you
sin
got
against
to
you,
twist
your
that.
heavenly Father
Read
will
what it
also
says.
forgive you. Matthew.
Why won't you read what it says?
From Luke, do not judge and you will not be judged. Do not condemn and you will not be condemned. Forgive and you will be forgiven. Sound familiar?
Yeah, but how is that? It's talking about there's righteous judgment in the Bible too. It's not a judgment if it's true.
Who has the right to judge?
It's not a judgment. I'm just asking you.
You just
to
said
read,
righteous judgment. That's a form of
read-
judgment, is it not?
Read Romans.
Okay, which you want? What do you want? Romans? You want Romans?
Romans chapter 1, 18 through 32.
Okay, Romans chapter 1. Okay, all right, relax. 18 to 32, sure. The wrath of God is being revealed from heaven against all the godlessness and wickedness of people, and pop-up ad, and who suppress the truth by their wickedness, since what may be known about God is plain to them, because God has made it plain to them since the creation of the world. God's invisible qualities, his internal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood, or has been made so that people are without excuse, for though they knew God, they neither glorified God nor gave thanks to him, but their thinking became futile. Is there any point to this?
Yeah,
Exchange
keep reading,
glory.
'cause you know
I'm reading.
you know exactly what
Therefore
we're talking
God
about.
gave them over in the sinful desires of their hearts, sexual impurity, degrading their bodies with one another, exchange for the truth about God with a lie, worship and serve created things rather than Creator. Because of this, God gave them over to shameful lusts. Even the women exchanged natural sexual relations for unnatural ones. In the same way, men also abandoned natural relations with women and were inflamed with lust for one another. Men committed shameful acts with boys and received in themselves the dual penalty for their error. Furthermore, just as they did not think about it worthwhile to retain the knowledge of God, so God gave them over to depraved minds so that they do what they ought not be begun. Yeah, I don't understand. It's exactly what I said. What's your problem?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I just read it to you. Yeah, exactly. It's because men committed shameful acts with boys and received in themselves the due penalty for their error. What's your problem?
It says men with men. not boys.
Oh, I'm so
Either
sorry.
way,
You're
boys-
reading the
boys
revised
or men.
version that in the 1940s.
No,
I
no,
prefer
no,
the
no,
I prefer the
no.
original. I prefer the original text that God wanted us to read.
Oh, either way you try to spin it. You
So
know
which
exactly
so
who-
which
you
which
know
language
exactly what
so
it's
which
talking about.
language so which language are you reading it in, sir? You're reading it in English, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what it says.
How many different
You know what it says.
translations?
You
How
couldn't
many
even-
different translations did it have to go through to get to English to you?
I've read it in every which way.
You've
You
read
know
it.
what-
What
you
have you
know
read
it-
it? You read it
you
in
know
Aramaic?
exactly-
You know how to read
you know
Aramaic,
it-
bud? You know how to read
you know
Aramaic?
exactly-
Really? Nemo,
you
we
know
got
exactly-
a biblical scholar on our hands. Can you read us some Aramaic?
you know exactly what it's saying. That's why you stumbled over
What's
the
the
whole thing.
word? I didn't stumble over a goddamn thing. I just skimmed over the rest of it because I don't know why you told me to read all of that fucking thing. You could have literally just said, I want you to read this one. You could have just said, verse 27, dude. That would have saved us a
No,
whole
I
bunch of
said the
fucking
whole thing
time.
because the whole thing is talking
doesn't
about-
need. We don't need the fucking whole thing. Jesus fucking Christ.
The whole thing explains you to a T.
I don't understand what that means, but okay, bud. Whatever you say.
I know you don't understand exactly what it just said. It said you wouldn't without understanding. You missed that part, didn't you? You don't have understanding. You don't know nothing about God.
I'm so
you
sorry.
claim about Christianity, but you don't know nothing about Christianity.
So you're claiming that in the original translation of the Bible, that originally it said Talia?
I'm claiming the whole thing it's talking about is ungodliness.
So you're claiming that men lay with
leaving the
men.
natural use for a woman. That's what it says, is it not?
I'm sorry?
Are you saying it said something other than men leaving the natural use for a woman?
Yeah, it says men committed shameful acts with boys and received themselves the due penalty for their error.
Men left the natural use for a woman.
Yes.
That's what it says.
Exactly. Yeah. The natural use for a woman.
Okay.
And then
What does that
see the
mean?
original
What
word
does that mean?
the original word, if you knew anything about Aramaic and like biblical history,
Oh,
the
you're
original
so full of
word
crap.
the
You're
original
so full
I
of
know,
crap.
right? Hey, what does the word Talia mean?
You're so full of crap.
What does
I'm
the
not
word
gonna-
Talia mean?
All I know is you get off.
What
bent
does
out
the
of shape
word
because
tell you?
you
Dude,
know
why
this
can't
is
you
the
just
one
engage with the
thing-
conversation? Why can't you engage with the conversation? I'm asking you a question and you're getting upset. Why can't you
I'm
tell me
not-
what the
I'm
word
not gonna
Talia
answer.
Yeah, why can't you just tell me what the word Talia means? Since you know so much about biblical history and Aramaic and translations, just tell me what the word means.
No, you're not going to try to trap me and stuff. I asked you a question that you don't want to answer.
You didn't
I
ask
said,
me a
"What
question. You
Yes,
didn't
I did.
ask
I
me a
said,
question.
What does it mean when it says that men left the natural use for a woman? You're trying to sidetrack it like you always
I
do,
didn't
and you're
try
not
to
gonna do
sidetrack
that
anything.
again.
I just said I answered your question. The next sentence explains it very well because the next sentence said men committed shameful acts with boys and received in themselves the due penalty for their error. The second
That's
half
not
of
what
the
leaving
verse,
the natural
hey bud,
use for a
the
woman
second
means.
half, the second half of the verse answers your question. Great. Now we've established that. Now I want you to answer my question. What does the
You
word
didn't
Talia
answer the
mean?
question. That's not what it means.
It literally is what it means.
Men leaving the natural use of a woman meaning men with a woman.
Men leaving the natural use of a woman could literally mean masturbating.
Oh, you're so wild.
It could also
That would
mean
be
it could mean banging goats.
It could mean sticking your dick into an apple pie like in the fucking movie. It could mean using a real doll. It could mean
No,
it
that's
could
part
mean
of
it could
shame.
mean
That's part of
it could
shameful act.
literally mean any of those things, or we could literally
mean
just
that.
read the next fucking line, which exactly explains what it's talking about. Jesus
No,
Christ,
you're trying-
it's
you're
almost
trying to
like
twist
it's literally right fucking there. Now that we've answered the question, what does the word Talia in Aramaic mean?
Men.
Wrong. It means boy. And that's the original word in the fucking Bible, you fucking moron.
It's called a fucking male, you fucking moron.
Dude, you literally
Like,
don't
you
know
just
what the
try to
fuck you're
twist
talking
everything.
about. You literally
Yes,
don't
I
know what
do
the
know what
fucking
I'm
talk
talking
about.
about.
Nope.
Wait, you think there's no difference between a man and a boy?
They're males.
Oh boy.
So you're telling me there's
When I
no
read
difference
my
between
Bible,
a man
it
and a
says
boy?
men. It doesn't say
What
boys.
did this
It
guy's
says men.
dude? What'd you say your name was?
You
Your
do the
first
same
name.
thing every single time.
Dude,
You just try to
just your
twist,
first name.
twist,
I
twist
just
and
want to know
reflect.
what to call you. What is your first name?
Dave.
Dave. Are you telling me that there is no difference between a man and a boy?
Yeah, one's a young man. A boy is a young man. What difference does that make from you leaving the natural use of a woman? You're trying to deflect from that.
Do you think that a boy has
Why are y'all
any...
stuck on the boy thing? What does it mean when it?
Why
for
are
a
we stuck on the
man-
boy thing?
Yeah.
Dave,
Why are you
we're
stuck
stuck on the boy thing.
Okay, so what
because
about
a boy
all right, so
is
with
a
boys,
child.
You got men.
A boy
wait,
is a
you got men-
child.
Yeah, and you got men teaching boys how to suck another boy off.
Hey,
in the classroom.
Nemo, hey Nemo, I have a question for you. I'm just out of curiosity, just a question for you. If this is the smoking gun that Dave thinks that it is, right? Just out of curiosity, wouldn't you think that they would mention women being with other women? If that
They
was
did.
the thing.
Go read it again.
Really,
Go
where?
read it again.
Really, where?
Read it again. It
Where?
says in Romans chapter 1.
I literally read the entire fucking thing about 5 minutes ago. There is nothing in here about women laying with women.
Okay, let me go. I'll go pull it up and I'll read it myself.
Cool.
Holy shit.
The whole freaking thing talked about exactly how liberals are.
So, Dave, what were the main things that Jesus taught?
We've done been through that. He talked about it a lot. Y'all trying to deflect
Right.
again.
And
I'm trying to
I'm not
answer
asking
your
you to
question.
name everything. I'm asking you to, if you had to give a top three, just top three things that Jesus told people to do
Well, I'll
if
give
they
you the
wanted
top
to get into
two,
heaven.
where he said that he gave us 2 new commandments. What were those 2 commandments?
To love one another.
That's not the first one. What's the first one?
To love God.
Love
I
God
can't
with
remember
all
the
your
first
heart, mind, body, and soul.
Okay.
Okay, and then love one another as we love ourselves.
Excellent. And what are you doing right now other than justifying hate?
It's not justifying hate. You
You
might
just
see it
said
that
righteous
way.
judgment.
It's not
You're
hatred.
justifying hate.
No, it's because you read the Bible where it says that if we see a brother or a sister going in the wrong direction and we don't warn them, their blood is on our hands. What does that mean? It means we're supposed to speak truth. We're called to speak truth, not lies. Don't lie to people. Why would you lie to somebody knowing that it's going to lead somebody in the wrong direction, lead somebody apart from God? We're trying to bring people to God and speak truth.
You presume to know the path to God.
The path to God is through His Word.
And His Word said to love one another and to love God.
I never
You
said
are
I
not
hated
loving one another. You are hating people.
No,
you are
no,
justifying
what it
hate.
is I love children, innocent little children that are being done wrongly, being led astray, like the Bible said that many will
Got
be
it.
led astray.
Okay.
Y'all
Led
just don't know
astray
the
as
Bible
in-
and don't know. I'm just giving you. You want to know the answer? I'm giving you the answer to where our side of it. but you don't.
Okay.
Y'all don't want to accept our side. You want to deny it and say,
Because
no, that's not that.
yes,
But that's our
do you want to know
belief.
why?
Is
Because
everybody
Jesus
not-
never said, Jesus did not say anything about gay people. He said nothing about them. You were going to cite Leviticus, you were going to cite Romans, you were going to cite, I think that there might also be something in Corinthians, or not Corinthians, Chronicles, or something like that.
Chronicles.
But you're not going to cite the red words. And those are the important ones to Christians, right?
I know. So
You're
the rest of the
laughing.
Bible don't matter to you, then, though, right?
Does it matter to you?
Paul going.
No,
to
wait.
the
Does it matter to you?
Gentiles don't matter to you.
Okay. Does it matter to you? Yes or no?
Absolutely, it's part of God's word.
Excellent. Okay, do me a favor. Since the rest of the Bible matters to you, how old are you?
Oh, here we go with this stuff again. You're going to tell me about the Old Testament?
That's the rest of the Bible, is it not?
Because you don't understand rightfully divide the word of God. You got to understand the word. Y'all have no clue.
That sounds like a fancy way of saying cherry picking. The rest of the Bible, you said yourself
It's
that
not
you were the one that said the rest of the Bible. Well, the Old Testament is the rest of the Bible. Now,
okay,
since you seem to
go ahead.
know, the little yellow brick road that I'm leading you down, do
Yeah,
you
I know.
want to amend your statement?
No,
Because I promise you're going to
Who was
lose.
he talking to? Who was he talking to, and why at that time? Where you're going? Who was he talking to? What was the point of that?
What was the point of the Old Testament?
Where you're trying to take me? What was the point? Where are you trying to take me? Go ahead. Let's go down this road. If you want to go down the road, let's go down.
Leviticus?
Yeah, Leviticus. Who was he talking to?
Are you going to say that it was the tribe of Levi?
No, actually, no.
You're going to say it was just Jewish people?
It was the sons of Aaron, the high priest of God.
Yeah, it's the
The
third.
sons of Aaron. Are we sons of Aaron?
Yes.
No, we're not.
Yes, you are.
Who are we sons of?
Are we the high priest? Are we the ones going? The temple don't even exist
Hang on, bud.
anymore.
Hang on, bud. Are you a descendant of Abraham or not? Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let's all thank the
But,
Lord.
you know-
I went to fucking Sunday school too, you fucking idiot. If you're a son of
I'm an idiot.
Abraham and
Okay.
I'm a son of Abraham, then you fucking are. Jesus Christ.
All right. Since you're so smart, though, what did the sons of Aaron? What was their responsibilities? What were they doing? What were they there for? What did God ordain them to do? Since you're so
This
smart,
is you trying to litigate
it's
the
not
Bible.
litigating nothing.
Do
It's
you
facts,
do
it's
you
truth.
accept the Old Testament as being the Word of God?
Do y'all even know what you're talking about? Like
Dude.
y'all were
Yes.
so ignorant and full of the word.
Yes.
of God.
Not
Y'all
only
don't have
do
a
I know what I'm
clue
talking
you're
about, I was correct. It was the Levites.
It was the sons of Aaron who went into the temple
Levites.
to perform the sacrifices.
It was the
All
Levites.
of Leviticus is talking about sacrifices.
It was the
and stuff.
Levites.
The temple don't even exist.
So again,
we don't have to go into the temple.
are you saying that you don't follow the book of Leviticus?
No, we follow the New Testament. What God brought us.
So you're
after
saying
he
that
said
you're saying the
he
Old Testament
fulfilled-
doesn't matter anymore.
He fulfilled
Fine.
the law.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You only accept the New Testament. Is that a yes?
Why do y'all keep spinning stuff like you do?
Is that a yes or a no? Do you accept the New Testament? Or I'm sorry, do you follow the New Testament?
Yes, we do.
Okay, cool. Is Acts in the New Testament?
Yes, Acts is in the New Testament.
Cool. Acts chapter 2, verse 44 to 45. And hold on one second. Let me just pull a little something up here. Wait for it. Okay. And all that believed were together and had all things in common, and sold their possessions and goods, and parted to all men as every man had need. Acts chapter 4, verse 32 through 35. Now the multitude of those who believed were of one heart and one soul. Neither did anyone say that any of the things he possessed were his own, for they had all things in common, comrade. Nor were there anyone among them who lacked, for all who were possessors of lands, filthy bourgeoisie, or houses, again, bourgeoisie, sold them and brought the proceeds of the things that were sold and laid them at the apostles' feet, and they distributed to each as anyone had need, from each according to ability, to each according to need. Karl Marx, Jesus Christ.
I don't see your point. What's your point of that?
Acts chapter 2 and chapter 4 seem to advocate for communism.
How do you figure that?
I just read it to you, dumbass.
Well, I didn't hear communism anywhere. It's called giving all who had the
From each according to their ability, to each according to their
to
need.
give to the poor. Yes, they shared. in their
Interesting.
wealth.
Okay, so you think the rich should give to the poor?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great, we agree. If the rich do not give to the poor, what happens?
They have to answer for it.
Right, and they're condemned to hell, right?
I would say so. Yes.
Yeah, because
According
wasn't
to
it
Bible teaching,
Jesus
yes.
said something about a rich man entering heaven? I think it
Yeah,
was.
I'm
I think it
not-
was.
I'm
So
not rich,
we're saying
though.
that the rich must give to the poor, that it is incumbent upon them, according to the words of your Messiah himself, saying that they must, right? And so if
Yeah,
they
but-
don't, then they go to hell. And if they hoard that wealth, then they are committing a sin, right? Communism says that the rich are a part of a class of people called the bourgeoisie. They hoard wealth from those that earned it for them. They don't give it back. The irony is that the very man that you are citing, Jesus, was a socialist Jew. You don't think that because you hear the word socialist or communist or Marxist and immediately shut down. The truth is that Jesus was socialist. And if you think that I am exaggerating, stand by. Luke 14, verse 13 through 14. But when you give a feast, invite the poor, the maimed, the lame, the blind, and you will be blessed, because they cannot repay you. You will be repaid at the resurrection of the just. Matthew chapter 5, verse 43 through 44. You have heard it said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemy and pray for those who persecute you. Matthew chapter 25, verse 35 through several other verses.
31 to 46.
What was it?
31 to 46.
There we go. For I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me. I was naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you came to me. Truly, I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Matthew chapter 19, verse 21. If you would be perfect, go sell what you possess and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Chapter 19, 24. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter heaven. And finally, Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. You cannot serve both God and money. the words of your Savior say that hoarding wealth and the love of money will send them straight to hell, and that you should help the poor, give to the poor, invite the stranger, love your enemy. You are sitting here justifying, condemning, and hating, and marginalizing, and casting out people that you don't understand, that you don't like because they are different from you. Because by your interpretation of a book written during the fucking Bronze Age, it says, oh, that's bad.
No, y'all
But the words of the guy who comes along a little bit after the Bronze Age and says, actually, hey,
Where did I ever
maybe
say-
you
hold
should just love them. Like, even if they're your enemy, even if they're a sinner, you should love them. Love,
Who said I don't?
hate the sin, love the sinner, right? This is standard, basic New Testament logic. And yet MAGA is built upon the idea of saying no, of taking from people, of deifying a guy whose whole life has been nothing but opulence and excess and greed and sloth and gluttony. Everything. His entire life has been nothing but built on this stupid pride, slapping his name in his face everywhere that he can. That is who you raise above everyone else. And you say, this guy is the guy. You say that this guy is the one that we should follow. That he is the one that we should put as the leader of a nation. And don't cite Romans to me when you tell me that Romans says that it's okay to have bad leaders. Because again, not the words of Jesus. So your entire movement, what was the first thing that Donald Trump said when he came along, when he kicked it all off? What was the first fucking thing that he said? When they come here, they're not sending their best. When they come from Mexico, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. He justified hating a bunch of people who are generally just trying to scratch out the whiff of a life that is better than what they are currently dealing with for themselves, for their children, doing the bare fucking minimum to try and ensure hope for their kids. I don't see how you can condemn people who condemn parents who are trying to have a better life for their kids, to ensure a better life for their kids. I don't see how that can be worthy of condemnation to the point that you would round them up like thieves in a night, take them away without telling a goddamn person, and to a camp somewhere, that you would ruin their lives and torture them. Take them to places where we know for a fact they have been assaulted, they have been tortured, they have been denied medicine, they have been denied basic medical treatment, they have been denied the bare necessity like a fucking toilet. We know this is happening in these concentration camps because that's what they are. And you would know that if you read about it. But instead of welcoming the stranger, welcoming the foreigner, instead of doing that, you say, fuck the stranger, fuck the foreigner, I was here first, I got mine, fuck them.
No,
that's what MAGA is built on. MAGA is built on exclusion. MAGA is built on hate. MAGA is built on greed and pride. That's all that it's built on. That's all it's ever been built on.
All I hear is a bunch of lies, is what I hear.
I don't care.
You're lying about everything
I don't care
you're saying.
what you think you hear. Because
It's not about-
obviously
you're telling
you
me
have
what
already made
our
up your
side-
mind. Because
No,
here
y'all try to
is
tell
the
us
perfect
who we are
encapsulation,
and
the
what we
perfect
think.
encapsulation of motherfuckers like you. People
Yeah,
who have
yeah,
rejected
I
their
know,
own
like
Messiah
motherfuckers like
and
y'all
put a new
that don't
Messiah
know
in his place. This is the
from error.
perfect encapsulation of what you people
You
are.
can't even understand basic
The most
logic.
perfect encapsulation of what you people are.
Oh, you people. I
Yes,
tell you
you
what,
people.
we're not.
Yes, you people.
I tell you what,
you
we're
people.
not.
Yes,
We're not
I said
ungodly.
you people with my white face to your white face.
Yeah.
You want to sit here and accuse me of racism? What?
Who
Am I
said-
racist
what?
to you because you're white? Guess what? So am I.
Why do y'all got to jump?
Why
Who
y'all
said
got to
anything
judge?
about that?
Motherfucker, you have done nothing but judge. You have
I
done
ain't judged
nothing.
anybody.
Not a
I ain't judged anybody.
goddamn thing but judge. The entire time you have been up here, you have done nothing but sit here and say over and over and over, well, y'all are a bunch of leftists and communists. Yeah, well, you're sitting here trying to justify
I didn't
sin.
say that.
You are sitting here trying to justify hate. And tell me
No,
if I'm
I never
wrong.
said hate. I never
is
said hate.
a sin. You
never said
self-righteous piece of shit. I swear
No,
to God,
I never
every
said
fucking one of you, you are sitting here saying, oh, well, we shouldn't lead our brothers and sisters astray. We got to tell them what's right. You are leading an entire nation astray by telling them that it's okay to hate, that it's okay to deny,
I'm not lying
that
to
it's
them like
okay
you are.
to take
I'm
from
not
people
lying to them
who
like
need
you are.
it.
Y'all are
You
lying
are
to
saying that it's okay to do that. And I'm sorry, dude, it's not. It's not okay
Y'all
to
are
do
lying
that.
to people.
That's what MAGA
That's
is
what
built
it's
on. It is built on
No,
nothing.
y'all built
not
on
a
lies.
goddamn thing but hate. It's always,
Y'all are built on
always,
lies.
always been built
And y'all
on
don't want to
hate.
accept the truth because you're ungodly and unholy, and you're just happy being
Davey,
the way you
hey,
are.
Davey, hey, Davey. Yeah. That's silly. Can I just ask you? I just want to ask you real quick. So I'll give my friend a break for 1 second, even though he just fucking ripped your asshole right open. Do you like football?
No, he didn't. He
Yeah,
thinks-
sure,
see,
whatever.
y'all
Yeah, Dave,
think-
whatever you say. Hey,
Hold on,
Dave.
let me
Hey,
tell you
Dave. Hey,
something. Let
Dave.
me
Do you
tell you
like?
something.
No. I'm in the
no.
middle of a fucking question. Dave, do you like?
I
Do you
don't
like?
care. I
Dave.
don't care. Cut me
Dave.
off like you did
Dave.
last
Do you
time.
like football?
Y'all sit here and
Dave. Do
lie.
you like
You
football?
don't give people a
Dave.
chance
Do you
to
like
respond.
football? Dave.
So
Do you like
every
football?
fucking thing that they
Dave,
were
do you
sitting here
like
telling
football?
y'all before
Dave,
is
do you like
absolutely
football?
true
Dave,
because y'all don't listen
Dave,
to people.
do you
Y'all
like
talk
football?
over people.
I'm
Just like I'm going to do
Dave.
to you
I'm
now.
a Dave.
I'm
I'm
going
a.
to keep talking
Okay, that's
because
fine.
y'all
I
don't
mean,
let
I can just
people
I could
talk.
just put you
Y'all
on
don't
hold if
even
you.
y'all
you're-
say things without proof of what you say, and then when somebody gives you proof,
okay,
then
bud,
you turn
whatever.
around and deny
Sure.
it and try to twist
okay,
it
bud.
and lean it to fit your own political standards.
Whatever, yeah, whatever you say.
But the
Hey,
point
Dave,
is,
just a real quick
I came
question.
up here
Okay,
to
bud.
prove
Wah.
to you when you said that
Okay.
it didn't exist
Okay, hey,
anywhere
Dave,
in the
hey,
Bible.
Dave, that's not
you
what I said.
That.
That's not
You
what I
said
said.
it. Yes, it did.
No,
it's
hold
in
on,
recording.
Dave.
Go
Hey,
back
Dave.
and watch the recording of
And,
the last time.
Dave, hey, Dave.
So I came
if
back
you could,
this time,
Dave, if
and
you
I'm
would,
not
Dave,
going to
you
let
have
you
to.
sit here
Great.
and twist
Okay,
the
great,
whole
Dave.
thing around.
Okay, Dave. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave.
You can
hey, Dave.
do whatever
hey, Dave.
you want,
okay,
say
Dave.
whatever you want.
Okay, great. If
but
you
it's
let me,
in there,
Dave. It
and the
doesn't
proof is
explicitly, Dave. We've already gone over the fact that the translation doesn't say what you think it says. And I would like to ask you a question. Do you like football?
No, actually, I don't.
You don't? What sports do you like?
I don't watch football.
What
Football's
sport do you like?
stupid.
Okay, what sport do you
I
like?
don't watch sports.
You don't watch any sports?
None. I'm
Do you-
not a sports guy.
You don't. So you don't play any sports, or like what are you into? You like cards? You like darts? What do you do?
Only thing I care about is God and His Word. That's it.
So
Nothing else.
So you don't do anything. You don't play any like games with your friends. You don't do anything for fun recreationally. You don't nothing, huh?
No. When I work and I tell people about God, that's what I do.
You work
That's
and
literally
you
what I
tell
do.
people about God. So like
Yeah.
you tell people. So telling people about God is a thing that you like do.
Absolutely.
Holy
Absolutely,
shit! And
I
you're
do.
this bad at it?
Bad at it?
Yeah.
No, I'm not bad at it.
Oh no, you're exceptionally bad at it.
Everything that Romans says
This is
everything
This is
that
embarrassing as
you
fuck
are.
for you.
It's not embarrassing.
Because by the way,
No, because
yeah.
No, because I
No.
just made my point that anybody can go and read. This ain't for you. This is for the listeners.
No
Okay?
one,
The
my listeners. I want all of my listeners to know that Christians who believe in MAGA are the fakest motherfuckers on the planet.
That's your opinion.
No, it's
though.
not my
That's false.
opinion. It's really true because
Yeah,
you
it's
still
false.
haven't been able to provide a single piece of policy or legislation, which was my very first question to you, that would show that they're doing the things in the Bible that Jesus Christ himself laid out that would be Christian, like in Matthew 25, 31 to 46, which is literally the most important thing if you really take it in totality that Jesus
Okay,
Christ
then
said.
how about-
It's the parable of the sheep
It's
and the
kinda
goat.
funny.
I'm in the middle of a fucking sentence. It's the
Ah,
parable
yeah,
of the
yeah.
sheep
You
and
always,
the
you always
goats.
told that story anyway.
It's the parable of the sheep and the goats. And
Yeah,
it is
and which
literally,
side is
I'm
the
in the
goats
middle
on?
of, I'm,
Fucking buddy,
Stop
man.
in,
You don't
stop
have a
interrupting
fucking
me. Stop interrupting me. I'm in the middle
Like
of a
you do.
sentence. Stop interrupting me. Anyways, it is literally one of the most important things in the entirety of the Bible. It is literally where Jesus says, these are the things that will get you into heaven. These are the things that will put you in hell. Specifically,
what he said.
it
That's not
literally is exactly what he fucking says. When was the
Go
last
read
time
me
you
where
read?
It says this will get you into heaven. Read where it says this will get you into heaven. Read where it says that.
Awesome.
I want chapter and verse.
All right, Matthew 25 to 36. You ready?
Yep.
All right. When the Son of Man comes in his glory and all his angels with him, he'll sit on his glorious throne, and all the nations will be gathered before him, and he'll separate the people one from another as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He'll put his sheep on his right and the goats on his left. The first line, shut the fuck up. I'm talking and I'm saying the word of God. Shut the fuck up.
I'm agreeing with you.
So, the first line, when the Son of Man comes in his glory, he will sit on his throne. He will separate the people. What does that mean?
What we're seeing right now, we're separated, right? Right.
Bo,
and
no,
left.
when you separate the people, where is he separating them?
We're separated, aren't we?
No, I'm saying when he separates the people when Jesus comes back, he's saying, I'm going to separate you and send you one place or the other. Where are the two places?
Right and left.
Holy shit. I'll keep reading since you, oh my God. Okay. Anyways, the king will say to those on his right, come, you are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was hungry. I'm sorry, I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me. Then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you? The king will reply, truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Then he will say to those on his left, depart from me, you who are cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, and you did not invite me in. I needed clothes, and you did not clothe me. I was sick and in prison, and you did not look after me. They will also answer, Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty, or a stranger, or needing clothes, or sick, or in prison, and did not help you? He will reply, truly I tell you, whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you did not do for me. Then they will go away to eternal punishment, but the righteous to eternal life. That last line is pretty fucking important because he says, those who didn't do that, you're going to go to hell. And those who did do what I just said, you're going to heaven. So, Jesus literally just laid out everything that he wanted you to do. Those are the words of Jesus Christ himself saying, do these things. You'll get into heaven. If you don't do these things, that's literally what it fucking says.
That's not what gets you into heaven.
That's literally what gets you into fucking heaven. That's
not.
the words of Jesus Christ.
You don't know Christianity.
I literally know it better than you. That's the words of Jesus Christ himself.
No, you don't. You claim that shit.
That's
Faith
the
gets you
words
into
of
heaven,
Jesus
buddy.
fucking
Faith,
Christ.
Nothing but faith will get you into heaven.
That is the
You will
word
do
of
those
Jesus
things
Christ.
because you
Faith
love
without works
God.
is as dead as a body without breath.
That's right. But
faith without works is as dead as a body without breath. So don't fucking tell me it's just about faith, you stupid motherfucker. Faith without works is as dead as a body without breath. Do not tell me it's just about faith, you stupid motherfucker. Jesus Christ himself, Jesus Christ himself said that it's not. You are the stupidest motherfucker.
You're an idiot.
That's your response. That's your response to just being absolutely fucking owned by the two of us. You just got, hey, Dave, you know what? Dave, you know what? Dave, you know what? Dave, you know what? I just want to tell you, I want to commend you on something. I want to commend you on something right now. I really, really do. Okay? Because after all of that, after all of that, after listening to Nemo and I just want to tell you that most people would have cried taking it up the ass like you just did.
If Jesus Christ gets down off the cross and told me Trump is with Russia, I would tell him, hold on a second. I need to check with the president if it's true.
Now, where'd you find that recording of Dave?
That is one of these Red Hat cultists way back in 2018. It's a panel on CNN, and it was Trump voters 1 year after the election. So I guess this may have actually been 2017. But yeah, that's him giving the game away. They replaced their Messiah.
Thank you to Tech Remen over on the tube. It said, Hal said it best. Dave, this conversation can serve no purpose anymore. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you to Pamela on the Blue app. It just says, great show. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you to Anna on the Blue app. It says, I have no words just for dealing with Dave, whose hard drive should be checked. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Fine. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I did. The second election I voted in, my first one was Obama, my second one was Trump.
Okay, two things. You got to turn the stream down in the background, and your phone is a little rough.
I don't
It's
have the
breaking
stream on anymore. I shut the stream off when I called you.
Oh,
yeah,
it's,
let me.
It's echoing a
take you
little
off
bit. Are you on a
speaker.
Bluetooth maybe or something like that, or I don't know.
I took you off speaker. Is this any better?
Check 1 2. Yeah, that's a little better. Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank
Better?
you.
No
Yep.
problem.
Can you tell us your age and what state you're in, please?
Yeah, I'm 35. I'm in Nevada,
Okay.
Las Vegas.
Okay. Fun town. Would you like to discuss one of the subjects that we've got up on the screen, or would you like to talk about something else that Donald Trump is currently doing?
Well, one thing I want to talk about. So I think the biggest issue is, and I kind of caught myself in it last night, I really like debating. And I've noticed that from when I was a kid in the 90s, there was political debates. Sometimes they get heated. But now we're so divided that everybody is either red or blue. And what the truthful people can't say is, even the Republicans, is that when a crying child and a mother with three other crying children are fleeing persecution by a dangerous drug cartel, and that's the reason they're seeking asylum. They shouldn't have to wait in a line. Um, you don't have to be a Republican or a Democrat to look at human beings and understand that innocent people, we have space here for those people. As long as they're not committing horrible crimes and they're not convicted felons and they behave themselves, they can come here and build a life. That's what America is. We've all come here illegally at some point. I mean, I'm Italian. My family got over here on ships. I traced my ancestry and they spelled my last name wrong. I saw the logs where my family got off the ships. So I come from immigration, you know? So that's always been a hard part for me. Being conservative has always been my heart for a lot of the immigration issues. So I kind of wanted to just meet you guys in the middle there. I figured instead of trying to come with a subject that could divide us, I think maybe as Republicans and Democrats, we can both admit that this is inhumane, a lot of what's going on at the border.
Although I appreciate the fact that you would like to try and, quote-unquote, meet in the middle, it's really difficult when the person that you voted for promised mass deportations from the get-go. Like, this is what he promised to do, and now he's doing it. And he's doing it in a vicious and violent way. It's a little difficult.
Well, I knew that was coming, but that also this is what I realized about that. Right, the first time I voted for the president that deported the record amount of people. The news just didn't report it the same way.
Hold on.
Barack Obama broke the record.
Time out though. We're gonna.
But
time out. No, I know, but I'm gonna. But I have to stop you because we have to.
I can't finish what I'm saying. He broke the record.
But I'm going to. Yes, but I'm going to stop you. You just said the news didn't report it in the same way. That's because he didn't do it in the same.
Democrats
that's because he didn't. No, hold on. Time out. Stop.
Bro, stop screaming.
Because I need you to stop talking when I'm trying to correct your misinformation. So stop.
No, but you're not correcting
I'm literally listen, dude. If you don't stop, if you don't shut the fuck up when I'm trying to talk, I'm not going to have this conversation with you.
You're an angry, cock-sucking left.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I would hang up too. The reason
they're so sensitive.
And the reason, caller, after you wimped out and hung up because you couldn't handle it, I stopped you because you said the press didn't handle it, the press didn't cover it the same way. And the reason I stopped you is because all I was going to say is that's because Obama didn't deport people in the same way. Don't come holding an olive branch when you know goddamn well you voted for somebody to break down people's doors wearing fucking masks, okay? That's what you voted for. Don't be like, well, you know, they didn't cover Obama the same way. Yeah, because he didn't do the same shit. I'll show you pictures of ICE agents in 2008 versus 2025. Wildly different. ICE agents in 2008 weren't wearing body armor and masks and carrying automatic weapons. Thank you to Sherry for the blue app. Thank you, Sherry. It's generous of you. It says, for absolutely cooking that fake Christian. Nope. Well, tried to answer caller. Don't know what happened there. You're free to call back. Probably got time to talk to one more person here.
Thank you to Pamela on the blue app. You said rocking it again. Thank you for that. Jen, thank you. On the blue app, you said, put that motherfucker in his place, and I am here for it. Yeah, that felt good. That felt really good. Chris, thank you on the Green app. You said tithes for Reverend Nemo. Thank you for that, Chris. That was very kind. Infectious, thank you. You said destroys Christian hypocrite. Yeah, he has been thoroughly nuked. Amanda, thank you on the Green app. You said, in the name of Comrade Christ, amen. Amen, comrade. Hallelujah. And Sherry, thank you on the Blue app. You said, for the best MAGA cook all week. Thank you.
And real quick, thank you to Anna. Thank you to Anna on the Blue app. Thank you to Anna. It says, Matt, just seeing the Lebanese flag, thinking of all the lives in danger there. Thank you for flying your nation's flag in the midst of all this unnecessary loss of lives. Yeah. It's very sad. It's very upsetting. Yeah.
Mr. Patterson in the chat said, the Mad Reverend. That is such a metal title. Oh my God.
I love that. I love that so much. If any of you have a New York Times subscription, there was a video that they posted today about a Maronite woman. Actually, I don't know if she was Maronite or if she was Armenian Christian Lebanese, but either way, it doesn't matter. She owns a hotel in Beirut, and she opened it up as a refuge to Muslim people who were fleeing from the bombings in the southern part of the neighborhood of the southern part of Beirut, the neighborhood that they were targeting. She opened it up to them, and Israel bombed it. And they killed her front desk clerk. It's just terrible. I watched the video. If any of you have the New York Times, it's gut-wrenching, but it's a good watch to remind you what's going on. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of people who are suffering right now. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. So, yep.
Also, so in Iran, we have more evidence that the school that was struck, all the little girls that were unalived, that it was either the U.S. or Israel. It was a Tomahawk that did it, and the U.S. is the only one that uses Tomahawks, at least as far as the ones involved. There are other countries that use Tomahawks, but we're the only ones involved in this that use Tomahawks.
Yep. We definitely are. Actually, speaking of the New York Times, they did a good breakdown of that. They did a good breakdown of that. Someone said debunked. That wasn't debunked. That was literally proven. So, don't know what you're talking. Don't know what you're talking about. It has not been. No, it hasn't. You're welcome to come up and talk to us about it, but you're 100% wrong. Please come on up and show us a source that would prove you right. Dare you.
President Pig said he could live with that. Yeah, I'm sure he could. By the way, Barron is military age.
Yeah, he is. Don't worry, President Bone Spurs won't let him do anything. Cobra Kai, hi, did you vote for Donald Trump? Cobra Kai, hello?
No. I just want to come up and say I like what you guys are doing, and it makes me sick that MAGA go around talking about the unaliving of Renee Good and what ICE is doing. So it just makes me sick that they condone that type of thing.
Yeah. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. All right, and just so you know, you're really helping the cause of getting the word out there that Johnny was the real hero of Karate Kid. Okay.
True.
Yeah.
Justice for Johnny.
Justice for Johnny. All right.
Wasn't Terry.
All right. Thank you, Fred. I'll bring it. We'll see if we can get one more Trump supporter up here. But I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Okay? You take care, friend. Thank you. W's for Cobra Kai. Strike first, strike hard.
Sweep the leg. Sensei?
Sensei.
Did you hear me? Sweep the leg. Yes, Sensei. Put him in a body bag, Johnny!
JJ, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Sorry, that was an accident.
Oh, that's okay, friend. No worries. I hope you have a good rest of your night, okay? Oh, so it's great. That was one of my favorite running bits in How I Met Your Mother. When that show was still good, was the Johnny from Karate Kid is the hero, and Barney loved Johnny, and that whole thing. I loved that shit. I thought that was funny. So
I haven't watched Cobra Kai since I think it was season 4. It was that first season on Netflix. That's where I'm up to, was the end of that. And God, I love it. I love it so much. I know that it's pure nostalgia, fan service.
Yeah.
I know that it's just
Doesn't matter.
It's mining all of that. It's hitting all of that. I don't give a fuck. When they start playing, I don't know if this is the name, the Young Hearts Beat Fast. I don't know if that's the name of the song, but when they start playing that, oh my God. Oh, the chills. I love that show.
It's great. It's great shit, dude. It's fucking great shit. I totally in on it. This is so by the way, this is in the New York Times today. Fragments of U.S.-made missiles seen in photos taken by Iran near deadly school strike. Analysis shows they have the markings of missile made by American manufacturers. So, there you go.
There you go, Erg. If you're still listening, Erg.
But, show us. And they also, of course, I got to say, I really have to say that the Times has really done a great job with their video analysis. They've done so many great ones, and I've really been very happy with my subscription with them and their work. So this is actually really cool, and by cool I mean just it's great. Yep. Yeah, I saw it, Erica. There it is. It's fucked up. But when I say cool, I just mean it's just really amazing, their analysis. That's all. Obviously not anything else. But they've shown here in this little square here, and they've blown it up for you. Manufacturer's name, Ball Aerospace and Technologies Corporation, the contract year, and the Department of Defense code right there. It's just anybody who wants to argue this shit, fuck right the fuck off. Here's the Globe Motors component that was made in it literally is stamped, made in the USA right there from Dayton, Ohio. Okay? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Like I just fucking can't. People. So, yeah.
Campbell, thank you on the Green app. He said, appreciate you. I'll be using those verses. I'll do you one better. I'll copy all the verses that I use all the time, and I'll drop them into the Discord.
Yes. Let's see here. All right, guys. We're reaching, I think we're kind of reaching the end point here. Oh, hold on. I'm going to read this real quick, please. Thank you to Jen. Thank you to Jen on the Green app. It says, how long is the video you were talking about? Can we watch it? Hey, Erica. Hey, friend. Erica, the phone lines have been open. We've been you missed a yeah, there you go. Sarah. Crashed out from me. Yay! Nemo crashed out too, okay? The fuck?
Yeah.
Come on now. Don't put this all on me. Like,
that one was in the tank for a while. I can't remember the last time I popped off.
I hope you appreciated my NBA Jam graphic because it was like, he's on fire. That's all that was playing in my head. Let me this is only 5 minutes long. I will play it for you. I guess for those of you who don't have if you don't have a time subscription, I'll play it for you. I'm happy to play it for you. So give me 1 second. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get just got to get the video for you guys here. I had it on mobile. If you guys haven't already, would you please do us a favor? Make sure that you're subscribed over on the tube, both to myself and to Nemo. You can find Nemo's at right down here in the description. Make sure that you're following us over here on the TikToks with the main account and on the backup account. We appreciate that. Why can't I pull this up? That's weird. Hold on. Hold, please. Should be able to get this for you guys. Okay, there we go. Let's see if this works. Please make sure that you guys are joining us in the Discord if you're not already. If you're not already on the Discord, you can find us in the link tree. So join up on Nemo's Discord. Please do that. Please do that. Oh, Mr. Neil Bing Bong, you read my mind, friend. Okay, let's see here. Okay, got it. All right, it's only it's just less than 4 minutes long, so we'll watch this real quick, and we will prepare ourselves to move along, probably for the evening. So let's take a gander, shall we? Here you go.
This hotel was supposed to be a safe haven for some of the thousands of Lebanese who've been displaced by Israeli airstrikes in Beirut's southern outskirts.
People started to come with their cars and park here. Women and children and old people, they don't have homes. They're going to sleep in the cars. It's a disaster.
On March 2nd, the hotel's owners opened their doors to more than a dozen families. But 2 days later, they too came under fire. At 4 a.m, Israel bombed the Comfort Hotel.
The bombs came from the rooftop and they landed here on the first floor and they exploded here.
The hotel's receptionist, 34-year-old Fatima Zahar Ahmadi, was asleep in her room at the time. She died in the hospital the next day.
Fatima, she does everything in this hotel. Sometimes she cooks for my children. Fatima was a family, actually. She was a family.
Maggie Nanajian Shebli said the strike came without warning. She's still struggling to understand why the hotel was struck. She says there were no militants staying there.
We know who were the people that were here because we have their IDs, we have their names. Some of them are friends of mine, relatives of other friends.
When reached by the Times, the Israeli Defense Forces did not respond to specific questions about the strike. But Israel has justified its wider military action in Lebanon as an effort to target Hezbollah and prevent their attacks on Israel. At the family home, Fatima's relatives and neighbors arrived to pay their respects. She was one of 3 siblings.
أنا خسرت بنتي وحيدتي أنا ما بعوض لي إياها صارت تحت التراب من بعوض لي أنا خسرت بنتي وحيدتي أنا.
She was one of 3 siblings.
I'll read for you. You can't read the subtitles.
أنا خسرت بنتي
I lost
وحيدتي
my
أنا ما
only
بعوض
daughter.
لي
Who's
إياها
going to bring her back to me?
صارت تحت التراب.
She's under the dirt.
من بعوض لي
Who will
إياها
bring her back?
وما عنديش غيرها وسند.
She was my only
ما عندي
daughter, my
غيرها.
support. I
هاي
have no
شهادتها.
one else.
تفضل.
Here's
هاي
her
شهادتها.
certificate. Here you go. Here's her
هاي شهادتها.
certificate.
اللي عندها هيك
It's
شهادة
her
شو عندها
degree.
هيك هاي شهادتها. صبية بريئة.
An
في
innocent
قلب
young
النهار.
girl lost her life.
شو ذنبها؟
What did she do to
شو
deserve this?
ذنبنا؟
What did we do
Fatima
to
had a
deserve
master's degree in math and was pursuing another in veterinary medicine. She was an animal lover and a competitive horseback rider.
ولا أنا عندي حدا بيشتغل سياسي.
No one in my
نحن
family
ضد
is in
أي إنسان
politics
ينقتل
or
حتى لو
against any
كان
person
إسرائيلي
being
ولا
killed,
يهودي ولا
whether they're Israeli, Jewish, American, or anyone else. The one responsible for my daughter's death is the United States of America. Why? Because they support Israel.
For more than a year, Israel bombed southern Lebanon on a near daily basis, and for more than a year, Hezbollah didn't respond. But then, the US and Israel went to war with Iran, killing its supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Hezbollah began firing rockets into northern Israel 2 days later.
Now that Khamenei died, now we will reply to them and start a war. It's Hezbollah's fault that took this decision, and Iran's fault that they took the decision to start a war that we are not ready and we don't want. Israel, they are a terrorist state, just like Hezbollah in Lebanon. They are not different from each other.
The fighting has also fueled sectarian tensions in Lebanon. Maggie, an Armenian Christian, has faced a backlash for sheltering Shia Muslims.
They said you deserve what happened to you. Yeah? Yeah? Our neighbors. Because they thought that we are putting Hezbollah here. This is the Lebanon that they want? No, this is not the Lebanon that we want.
Anyways. That was from the New York Times. So... Guys, let's we'll wrap things up. We'll wrap things up for the night. Appreciate everyone being here. Obviously, we'll be back tomorrow. Back tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, I know, Erica. But see, when you say to strike a hotel without there being any confirmation of Hezbollah being there, this is, I mean, that's so much of Israel attacking Lebanon is indiscriminate bombings and indiscriminate attacks. And they just do not care how many people get hurt. This past September, my uncle and brother and his wife were in the building that were, so my uncle and his brother and his wife. It's my aunt's husband. She wasn't there, but his family on his side, they owned an apartment building for many, many years. He's my parents' age, but they were selling the apartment building, and they were there, and they were in the apartment building, and they were caught, and Israel bombed the building behind theirs. It hit the building right behind theirs, and they had to leave, and they had to evacuate. And it's just, it just needed to be a little bit off, and it would have taken them out. And it's very easy for that to happen, guys. It's not really difficult for this shit to happen. With as exacting as a lot of these munitions are, it's not that difficult. It's not as difficult as you think. And that just, there's nothing to be sorry about. Everyone's fine. Guys, don't. I'm just pointing out the fact that it's very easy for that shit to happen. And a bunch of people who are completely innocent and have nothing. So those are American citizens now. They're all American citizens now. Well, dual citizens, but still. But it's just, that's how easy it is to take out people who absolutely should not be. But Israel wouldn't care. They wouldn't care. No one cares. So it just goes to show. But anyways, we are going to look at wrapping things up for the night. I want you guys to take care of some shit. Hi, Erica. How are you, friend?
Hey, because I was with Athena earlier today, just listening in her live about some stuff, and she plays like different speeches and stuff from all like the world figures, and I remember Beelzebub. They call him Satan Yahoo, is what they call him, Satan Yahoo. But that guy, he did a speech on the 7th, so this past Saturday, where he did speak about Lebanon, and he is determined. He's determined. He's saying it's to root out the H group. I don't know if I could say it on your platform.
Yeah, you can.
But Hezbollah, yeah. So I don't know if it's something deeper, but what he said is that he basically said, with each passing day, we are peeling away more and more of the Iran and regime's capabilities. This is the translation. It says, we are doing the same in Lebanon with crushing attacks on Hezbollah terrorists, Iran's puppets. I say again to the Lebanese government, it is your responsibility to enforce the ceasefire agreement, and it is your responsibility to disarm Hezbollah. If you do not do so, Hezbollah's aggression will bring catastrophic consequences upon Lebanon. Jesus Christ.
This is what they want. This is what they want, because the Lebanese government and the Lebanese military, they don't have the capabilities, and they've never really had the capabilities to handle this on their own. And this is the problem. Israel knows this, and that's why they say things like that. That's why after the fact they can be like, well, you guys didn't handle it, so we had to go in and do it. Sorry, which is that's their whole That's their whole thing. And of course, we'll all just ignore the fact, as I've said multiple times now, and you guys are going to get tired of me saying it over and over, but I'm going to keep saying it. There were no militant violent Shia Muslims in Lebanon prior to 1982. Hezbollah did not exist in Lebanon. This was not a thing. It's not like this was a group that existed. It's not like this was a thing. This is not a thing that existed until Israel invaded and occupied Lebanon. This was directly a response to Israel from Iran. That's all that this is. And Lebanon has just been caught in the middle of these countries fighting each other. They want nothing. Real Lebanese people want nothing to do with either of these countries. They want nothing to do with it. They want nothing to do with Hezbollah. They want nothing to do with Israel, and they want nothing to do with Iran. These people, they're not into the theocracy. They're not into any of this shit. They just want to be left the fuck alone because they've managed to coexist peacefully as Christians and Muslims for a long fucking time. And this is just another disaster. This is most likely going to push Lebanon if it continues. Like she said, they were talking about in that video, talking about sectarian violence, or sectarian tensions, I should say. This will most likely push Lebanon into another civil war if it continues the way that it is, which was devastating the last time. There's no way it could handle another one. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It's just terrible all the way around.
I have one more question, and then I'll be out of your hair. My one question is looking at a map and how they have it. Because basically the Western Empire, they already have Syria because they got someone in there that's more Western leaning already in Syria. That I call him the Taliban guy. That's what I call him. So they have him in there. And we know that the Greater Israel Project is real. Do you think that basically what he's trying to do is just like get control of Lebanon? Like wipe them out? Because if they go into a civil war, then they can blame, the Muslims and say, we're just trying to get their government out of there. Like wait, what are they doing? I don't know. I don't know much about this. That's why I'm like speculating. This is crazy.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell what the end game is for Israel. They might want more. They might want more lands. There might be there's a lot of different. There have been so many different theories. Lebanon is a very the thing that a lot of people don't understand, or that a lot of people don't realize, is that Lebanon is a very, very it's a very desirable bit of land. It's about the size of Connecticut. So it's not very big, but it's very desirable. The beaches, the coastline is all absolutely gorgeous. There are beautiful mountains. There's even skiing in Lebanon. Like my uncle would tell me about how you could go skiing in the morning and go to the beach in the afternoon. Like legit, like you could which is fucking wild, but legitimately something you could do there. And it's so beautiful, and there's fertile land there, and there's actually only a very, very, very small part of the country that is classified as desert. And so, do they want the land? Do they want? I don't really know. I don't really know what their end game would be. But Lebanon has always been a more pro-Western government because of the government structure, because the way that it's set up with a Maronite Christian president, and then you've got a Sunni and a Shia. It's kind of like a triumvirate setup in their it's a weird thing, but that's the way that they have it. That's the way that the government is set up, because after the Civil War, they wanted to make sure that all of the religions were represented. So like the Sunni, there's always the president is always Maronite Christian. The Sunni Muslim is always the prime minister, and the speaker of the parliament is always a Shia Muslim. So that's like always the way that it goes.
How have they been able to basically work together all of this time, and never mind. Never mind. I don't want to go down that road because no one's going to try to call me anti-Semitic. I'm not doing that. Not tonight. We aren't. So with that being said, Matt and Nemo, I'm glad you guys had a great live. Keep doing all of the good things, and I'm just going to get out of your hair, Matt. If I have any other questions, I will. I'll send you a message. Thank you.
No, it's all good, friend. Anytime. Maybe we'll talk more about it. Anytime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you, friend. I'll talk to you. Bye. I had a good time on Erica's live earlier with a dipshit talking stupid things about the economy. It was really funny. Yep, lots of bloodshed to get there. But all right, let's wrap things up. Let's go to bed. Well, some of us, anyways, and then back tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Let's see, dude. Who's live? Who is live? Joey is live. God of Logic is live. Amanda's on her backup, right? She's not doing debates, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be a friendly live.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think?
It's been a minute since we rated Joey.
Let's go to Joey. And Joey does seem to be doing debates, and not anything else. So it's going to be Joey _ does it. There you go. Just popped it into the chat. Guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you all of our wonderful mods. We really do appreciate you guys and all of your wonderful help. Oh, also thank you to Tweety Bird over on the tube for the gift of the jewels. Appreciate you guys. All right, so tomorrow night, 10 p.m. We'll see you guys back. Make sure you drop your follows. Make sure that you are over on the Discord. That way you can get notified when people go live. And, yeah, all the good things. So we will see you guys tomorrow night. All right, good night, everybody.